We welcome you to Alamo Stadium. Here it is the Harlandale Indians visiting the Brackenridge Eagles. Harlandale Indians looking to stay undefeated in district. The Brackenridge Eagles, Haley, looking to get their first win tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We had the chance to chat with Coach before the game, and this Brackenridge Eagles team is definitely not, anybody to look over. They've played some really competitive teams so far. The record might not show up, but we're expecting a really good Thursday night lights football game tonight with these two teams.
These two teams, again, the Indians looking to stay undefeated in district, and the Brackenridge Eagles looking to get their first win. It's going to be a big game. We've got Jacob Salcedo leading the way for the Harlandale Indians at quarterback, and we'll see that defense once again for the Indians. Stay tuned. It's the Martinez and Associates personal injury attorney pregame show. We'll be back right after this.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be a billion-dollar insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the billion-dollar auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez and Associates today at 210-337-1111.
Haley Wilson here with RC Audio Sports. I'm here with head coach Norman of the Brackenridge Eagles. Coach, thanks so much for taking time to chat with us real quick.
Against the Sam Houston Hurricanes.
First question, last week your team had a knockdown, drag-out, overtime fight. Didn't end up with the win, but what did you learn about your team last week and kind of what are some of the takeaways from last week? Haley Wilson here with RC Audio Sports. I'm here with head coach Norman of the Brackenridge Eagles. Coach, thanks so much for taking time to chat with us real quick.
Thanks for being here.
So first question, last week your team had a knockdown, drag-out, overtime fight. Didn't end up with the win, but what did you learn about your team last week and kind of what are some of the takeaways from last week's game?
We learned we had some fight in us. Went through some adversity. We fought back from it early on. Had a bad turnover right before the half, so our kids came back out, played. Jefferson outplayed us that night. So I think the biggest takeaway is going to be to see how they respond tonight.
Absolutely, and tell us about some of the leaders on your team, whether they're offense or defense. I know you got a lot of seniors. Tell us about some of the leaders you have. Yeah,
our quarterback, Brandon Garcia, number 10. He's our leader on offense. Santiago Esquivel, our center. They're kind of the rocks of what we do on offense. We have a change in personnel from last year, so we're kind of trying to change our identity on offense this year. And we're still trying to figure it out, but we're hoping to get there soon. Defensively, Carlos Hernandez and Yasicho Sanchez, our two defensive leaders, are leaders in tackles, and they kind of set the pace for what we do inside the locker room and out.
I love it. And then matchup this week against Harlandale. Kind of what have you guys been focused on in practice this week, and what do you think are the keys to getting the win tonight?
Yeah, Harlandale's a tough team. Coach Torres runs a great program over there, and they're multifaceted offense. So we've worked on running to the ball, making sure we're doing that, and offensively we're going to do what we want to do. We're going to try to run the ball, throw the ball when it's open, and score points tonight.
Awesome. Well, Haley Wilson again here with RC Audio Sports with Coach Norman. Thank you for tuning into the game tonight.
When you belong to a place as much as it belongs to you, you call it home. A place to gather, entertain, and make memories near shops, restaurants, and green spaces. A place to raise a family and grow. Life is good here and getting better. And at Brooks, we are just getting started. Live Brooks.
And we welcome you back. Coach Albert Torres here for the pregame show. Coach Torres, last week, great win against the Sam Houston Hurricanes, 22-20. Talk about your defense and how proud they made you that evening.
They did a great job. There were some times that we did, went 3 downs and out on offense, and so they had to kind of save a day for us. And Coach Molina and defensive staff did a great job. The kids played, just lights out, and real proud of them.
And we're still seeing great effort from the defense. Aiden Sosa, Jackson Garcia was our defensive player of the game. Talk about how huge that play was at the end.
Oh, definitely, because Sam Houston had the speed that any play they can get to the end zone. So when those guys came up big, it was a big play for us, and we're all excited about it.
Talk a little bit more about your offense. We know that Jacob Salcedo has been doing a tremendous job picking up some big first downs on some drives and just really becoming a fully complete quarterback. Talk about the play of your offense.
Overall in our offense, it starts with the offensive line. And I'm not just talking, it's just coach speak. They know how I feel. It starts with the offensive line. And when our offense does well, it's because the offensive line is doing well. So those 5 guys up front have to impose the will on the defense. And when they do well, we do well. And it allows the other pieces of our offense, like Jacob Salcedo and Saxon Langenberg and the rest of the receivers, Zal Molina at running back. When our offensive line is doing well, then they're doing well.
Overall, great performance last week, but this week you're looking at a very hungry Brackenridge Eagles team. Those teams can be dangerous coming into a game like this.
Oh, definitely. All week we've been telling our team, to not to look at that and feel like, they're an 0-3 district team. They're a dangerous team. They've played well at times, and if we don't play like we can, then we're in for a long game.
All right, Coach, thank you very much for your thoughts, taking some time with us. Coach Albert Torres will be back in just a little bit.
Go Indians.
All right, thanks.
Live from the Southside Magazine is a Latina-owned online and print publication that helps residents and visitors learn more about the South Side of San Antonio and all of Texas. Magazine features and columns support the local community by telling stories that promote people and businesses. Our goal is to expand community relationships and give Southside San Antonio residents an opportunity to express themselves. Learn more at southsidesanantonio.com.
Alamo Stadium here in north central San Antonio, where we have a tremendous view of this evening's ball game. It is the Harlandale Indians and the Brackenridge Eagles. The Harlandale Indians coming off a big win last week, 22-10 over the Sam Houston Hurricanes. Haley Wilson alongside me. I'm Bobby Mendez, Coach Robert Villafranca directing the cameramen, who are Isaiah Castro and Cesar Mendez. Isabella on the technical side as well. So we welcome you this evening on a great, lovely September evening, Haley. And we talked about this in the pregame show. We heard from Coach Norman. We heard from Coach Albert Torres of the Harlandale Indians. And we're looking for a big fight tonight between these two teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about it with both coaches in the vodcast, the pregame show, that this Brackenridge Eagles team is definitely not a team to take lightly. Although they've started the season 0-3, the teams they've played against have a total combined record of 6-3. So that just goes to show they're playing very competitive clubs. They had a really tough overtime loss, kind of a last minute touchdown loss last week against Jefferson. And so I don't necessarily think their record is indicative of how competitive of a ball club this is.
Yeah, when you have a team like Brackenridge Eagles, they're hungry. They want to win a game. And this is getting part in the season. Remember, this is a 9-district season for these two teams. So district started early. They only had one opportunity on a non-district schedule. So every game going forward matters. And starting out 0-3 is tough, a tough hill to climb. But they're certainly not out of it just yet. Too early in the season. But if they're going to get into that column and that winning column, they've got to do it very quickly.
Yeah, we talked with Coach Norman before the game, and something that he had mentioned is that, despite the loss last week, he saw that his team has grit, and he was, proud of the way they played. He felt like they had a couple of mistakes, a pretty bad turnover right before halftime is what he shared with us, but that's something that they focused on this week, is just trying to clean up, come out here and get ready to play the Indians tonight, and hopefully get back into the win column for these Eagles.
Yeah, Coach Norman talked about his quarterback, Brandon Garcia, and he's been pretty steady for them this year, and he's looking for him to have a great game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. When we talked to Coach about who his leaders were, the first person that he had mentioned was Brandon Garcia. He said he's our leader on and off the field. Garcia passing pretty well, a completion percentage of just over 59%. He's thrown for a touchdown already this year. He's also run in for a couple of different touchdowns, right? He has the run game on it as well. He's averaging about 6.5 yards per carry. So dual threat quarterback in Garcia. brings the leadership to this Eagles team, and hopefully, in front of the home crowd. Who knows what will happen tonight, but I know that Coach Norman is hoping he can bring them a district win.
Yeah, and then we look on the other side for the Harlandale Indians on the defense. We've seen that defense do spectacular things. Their big assignment tonight is going to be taking care of senior quarterback Brandon Garcia for the Indians, but Indians coming off a pretty big high last week.
Yeah, really close, win for the Harlandale Indians, and we've had the chance to cover a couple of their games so far, but really being led by none other than quarterback Jacob Saucedo, who's really just starting to grow into his role really well. He's had spectacular games the last couple of games that we've had the chance to cover, and has really ramped up this offense as well, for the Indians.
Yeah, the Indians going to have their hands full on defense, so they've got one thing that they've got going for them coming into this ball game. They were able to go against a very athletic, a very fast Sam Houston Hurricane team last week, and if you guys are paying attention to where the Indians are going this year on our coverage, you were able to see that the Indians defense stepped up big, and we've talked about that, of course, throughout the time this season for the Indians.
Yeah, the Indians, they've just been menacing on defense, whether it's forcing fumbles, whether it's coming in, special teams unit forcing quick fumbles, whether it's pressuring the quarterback. We've seen quarterbacks kind of be scared with the
Yeah.
Indians defense running towards them. The Indians defense has definitely been a massive part of their undefeated start here to district play.
Yeah, and one of the other things that Coach Torres talked about in his pregame interview with us, Haley, is he talked about the offensive success for the Indians, and it all came down to his offensive line. And I can tell you, after watching a few of the games on our channel, just kind of reviewing the games, he is absolutely correct. Mm-hmm. That offensive line for the Harlandale Indians, they are just executing their assignments.
Yeah, and they're giving Saucedo time to sit in the pocket and read, whether he's looking for Langenberg or whether he's looking for Zion Molina. He has that time to really let his running backs and wide receivers and let everyone run their routes, right, so he can find, the best player.
And one of the things I'll mention to pay attention to for those that are watching is pay attention not only to that offensive line, but those wide receivers making those blocks when Jacob Saucedo decides that he's going to take it. Those guys are putting in that extra effort to get those blocks for their quarterback.
Yeah, and I know someone that we've seen do that a couple of different times, Saxon Langenberg, just a very tough, gritty player when he's not scoring touchdowns. We see him, again, like you had said, putting blocks up for Saucedo, and I think Langenberg might even take some defensive snaps as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Saxon Langenberg, a multi-player for the Indians. He's taken a couple of kickoff returns, also some punt returns. But here come the Indians as they are getting ready to go. And then that shot there you're looking at is the Brackenridge Eagles, but now we're back with the Indians. So we're getting ready to start kickoff here in just a few minutes. You're watching high school football on RC Audio Sports, brought to you by Martinez and Associates. We'll be back in just a moment.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez and Associates today at 210-337-1111.
Doing hair is an art, and I take great pride in it. I love my job. I opened my original hair salon on this side of town 26 years ago, and I still have some of the same clients. My location at Brooks is a dream come true. This is the right time and the right place to start a business at Brooks. The South Side is growing so much.
What makes Brooks so attractive to business owners is the environment. Employees can live, work, learn, and play all in one area. The South San Antonio Chamber of Commerce is a cheerleader for businesses in and around Brooks, and we have a lot to be excited about. We're beginning to erase the economic gap between North and South San Antonio while still retaining our unique culture. Brooks is bringing economic prosperity to our side of town, and it's happening so quickly that the data is still catching up. Entrepreneurship is booming on the South Side. There's no limit to what can happen here.
The perfect match. It's what so many of us are looking for. When it comes to getting a mortgage, how can you find the one that's perfect for you? Start with your local independent mortgage broker. Because the only way to get a mortgage that's cheaper, faster, and easier is to talk to us first. Find your perfect mortgage match. Call us today.
And we bring you back to San Antonio ISD's Jewel, Alamo Stadium, where we are just moments away from kickoff. But before that, we're going to have the junior ROTC here with the national anthem. Let's take it down to the field. That was the Brackenridge Eagles marching band with the national anthem here. We are just moments away from kickoff. We thank you for joining us. Haley Wilson, I'm Bobby Mendez, and we are in one of the most beautiful places to watch a football game on a Thursday night to kick off high school football this week. The Harlandale Indians 4-0 coming into this ball game. Overall, 3-0 in district against the Brackenridge Eagles, 1-3 overall, 0-3 in district. All our pregame conversation has been how important it is for the Brackenridge Eagles to come out strong tonight, Haley.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really, really important. And you know, while we're getting closer and closer to kickoff, we'll bring you the starting lineups for both teams. A couple moments ago, there was a coin toss. Harlandale won that coin toss, and they elected to start the game with receiving the ball. So I'll give you the offensive starters real quick for the Harlandale Indians. We have our wide receivers, Rene Renteria and Saxon Langenberg. We have our left tackle, Andres Reyes, our left guard, Justin Menchacha. We have our center, Seth Ibada, our right guard and right tackle, Adalberto Reyes and Rene Castillas. We have our two more wide receivers, Joseph Esparza, Pedro Valenzuela. We have our running back, Zion Molina, and quarterback starting for the Indians, number 11, Jacob Saucedo.
Let's get that defense now for the Brackenridge Eagles. They'll be on the field first while Harlandale has the football.
Absolutely. For defense, we're going to get, let's see, we have our two defensive tackles. We have Camden Bookwalter and Illusion Balez. We have Rodrigo Garcia, two inside linebackers, Carlos Hernandez and Nathaniel Garcia. Our outside linebackers, Isidro Sanchez and Ronald Navarro. We have Jacob Robertson, Hino Pina, and our two safeties tonight, Elias Gonzalez and Gavin Perez.
All right, those are the starting lineups for tonight. The Indians set back to receive the football, and it's that time, Haley.
Here we go, and kicking for the Brackenridge Eagles should be number 30, Edgar Barrera.
He's a senior. Gets his foot. Oh, it's going to be a short one. The Indians backing up, but they were able to jump on it. So Brackenridge starting very early to try to get something going for them. And here come the Indians. We talked about that starting lineup. Of course, they are led by their junior quarterback, Jacob Salcedo, who has a worldwide audience. Jacob Salcedo bringing in his family from across the globe here. So we hope you guys are watching. We want to say hello to the Salcedo family and all the other Indian families watching around the world. We thank you for tuning in with us. The Indians will have pretty decent field position at the, their 44-yard line, 43 we'll call it. Salcedo will start with the man in motion. Zion Molina, last week's offensive player of the game, gets stopped, and he gets stopped by a group of Brackenridge Eagles.
And that tackle was led by number 34, senior for the Eagles, Ronald Navarro, just swarming the Indians there. Not much room to move, a loss of 3.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 13 now for the Indians. Salcedo fakes the handoff. Pass is complete to Joseph Esparza, where they pick up a few yards, get across the 45, and will be down at the 47-yard line.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 6 here for the Indians, so an early test for the offense.
Come out with a 4 wide receiver set, 3 to the far side, 1 to our near side. Brack looks like they're showing blitz. Salcedo looking to the sideline.
Plenty of time on the play clock. 11, 10.
Here comes Salcedo. He's got pressure from his right. Gets rid of the football. A little bit of contact there, but that may have been incidental. He was looking for Zion Molina coming out of the backfield, but he was pressured there from Brackenridge, so that defense is coming in pretty hot.
Yeah, they're coming in hot, and that pass actually got tipped around by a couple of Eagles. Almost was picked up by number 85, Camden Bookwalter for Brack, but managed to, for the Indians' sake, hit the ground there. It's going to bring out the special teams punting unit here for Harlandale.
Jacob Salcedo will also punt for the Indians. 1 man to return the punt. Nice, beautiful, high punt. Fielded at the 19. And, boy, he takes a loss there. He'll be about the 12-yard line, where the offense for the Brackenridge Eagles will come out onto the field. We'll get them here in just a second if we can get that offensive lineup for the Brackenridge Eagles.
Yeah, absolutely. For the Brackenridge Eagles, will give you their starting offense here at quarterback. We talked about him a little bit before the game. Brandon Garcia. We have 4 wide receivers: Jalen Guerra, Jacob Chavez, Caleb Contreras, and Adriel Garcia. We have our running back, Julio Morin, our left tackle and left guard, Rogelio Peralta and Emiliano Robles, our center, Santiago Esquivel, and our right tackle and right guard, Alex Estrada and Jaden Perez.
Pass is complete to Dominic Campos for the Eagles. We'll get that defense for the Indians here, that Harlandale starting defense.
Starting for the Harlandale Indians, we have our defensive tackles, Jaden Castaneda and Julio Martinez. We have Aiden Sosa and Jay Cifuentes. We have Andrew Galvez, Nicolas Rodriguez, Nathaniel Vasquez. We have Carlos De La Vega, Rene Cantu, Jacob Fonseca, and Jackson Garcia.
Wow, what a big stop there by the Indians, and that was number 56, Aiden Sosa, with a big hit there. You see Coach Albert Torres talking to his offense, getting them squared away on what happened there on that first series. So now it's a 3rd down and 8 here for the Eagles. They're back at their own 14-yard line. They come out in a trips set to the far side, 1 receiver to our near side. Brandon Garcia, quarterback, out of the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, looking left, and he's going to go down. The ball is on the ground. No, he goes down. He did fumble. Okay, I thought I saw the ball pop out, but he was able to hang on to it. So a big 4th down right here, Haley. The Indians in a really good position here for their special teams, as the Eagles are going to have to punt from out of their end zone. Always a difficult thing to do when you're the punting team.
Yeah, both defenses for the Indians and the Eagles coming out with tough stops, not really giving either offense the opportunity to really get started. And so Brackenridge in a little bit of a risky situation early here, having to punt from their own end zone.
They are not set just yet. There's plenty of time, though. Oh, no, 5 seconds on the clock, 3 seconds. They might have to take a timeout, and I don't know if they were able to take, well, there's 0 on the clock here. So there's the flag, the delay of the game. It's really not going to affect them too much because it's going to be half the distance to the goal line.
Moving back another half.
Yard and a half, maybe?
Yeah, yard and a half, maybe, half a yard.
Well, the ball is on the the ball is on the 2-yard line. So, yeah, put them, well, I mean, it's not on the 2. It's on the 4. So that's going to push them back just a little bit. Back to receive for the Indians. Number 81, Michael Palomino. Believe kicking should be Edgar Barreda. All right, here we go. We're still in the first quarter. The Indians had a 3 and out, and so did the Brackenridge Eagles here. So, been a defensive matchup so far in these first 2 series. Barreda. Indians close. They may have gotten a hand on that, but it's going to be a short punt, and the Indians are going to be sitting very nice and pretty inside the Eagle 30-yard line to about the 27. So the Indians have another opportunity here, but this time with a great gift from their defense.
Yeah, and it looked, and I can't tell 100%, but it did look like someone got a hand on that in some way, shape, or form, and that's going to give the Indians great field position. They're going to be, I want to say, right around the 27-yard line. So a very manageable field, very manageable place to be here. 8 minutes, 30 seconds left. A chance here for the Indians to strike early.
All right, let's see what they do. Jacob Salcedo in a 5-wide receiver set. Little movement from the defense. There's the flag. Free play. Salcedo going one-on-one to a receiver that was one-on-one. I believe that was Michael Palomino. But great defensive stop there by the coverage defender.
Yeah, really great coverage there by quarterback number 2, Gino Pina for Brackenridge. But we did see a little bit of movement before the play. I believe that's going to be a false start on the defense. So Indians getting a little bit of help here. It's going to bring up a 1st and 5, bring them to the 22.
And let's take a look at the evening sky there. You just saw on your screen. Beautiful night here from Alamo Stadium. Salcedo will take it up the middle. He crosses the 20, gets close to a first down. I think he's got it. Just enough for the first down for the Indians. First day of fall here, and what a view we have. Very happy to be here at what we said earlier, the crown jewel for SAISD in north central San Antonio. Here we go, back to action. Langenberg in motion. Molina gets the call. Molina Palomino got the handoff. I was caught on that one.
And I think that's just going to bring up, get the Indians right back to where they started. So
then that's going to bring up a 2nd down now, 2nd and 10. No loss, no gain here for the Indians. So out of the shotgun, Indians. Nice protection. Salcedo to the back or the front of the end zone. The pass is caught. Touchdown. Harlandale, number 85 for the Harlandale Indians. That's Pedro Valenzuela.
And a great grab there for Valenzuela. He just reached right up over the Brackenridge defense. Was able to snag that. Looked like pretty effortlessly.
Yeah, he did great bringing down the football, and a good toss there by quarterback Jacob Salcedo. The Indians are on the scoreboard on their 2nd possession here, and they are trying for that extra point. Nico Rodriguez to try the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. The Indians will have the early lead here in the first quarter with 7:19 to go. You're watching high school football on RC Audio Sports, and it's presented by Texas Revolution Youth Football and Cheer.
It started in 2019 with Texas Revolution Youth Football and Cheer. It was inspired by my sister, my late sister, Patricia Galaxy Mora. She had passed away. Before she had passed away, we had conversations about starting my own organization. Right now, our actual motivation is to get these kids to the next level as far as getting ready for middle school and high school football. Our plan for Texas Revolution is not only teaching them the fundamentals of football and cheer, but it's also teaching them how to be great young men and women, providing for the city south side, and also raising them right. No pass, no play. Being here and being very respectful to their coaches, to their moms, their dads, their guardians. And that's what we strive for, is to raising the next generation of athletes, but also great men and women too as well. Look us up on Facebook too as well for any questions or any concerns that you may have as well.
The Indians take the early lead. They draw first blood in this matchup. They lead 7-0. The Nico Rodriguez extra point was good after a nice pass from Jacob Salcedo to Pedro Valenzuela into the end zone. The ball will land at the 5-yard line and roll into the back of the end zone. So the Brackenridge Eagles will have an opportunity here to respond, Haley. But all that was set up by defense and then that pressure on special teams because they had, the Brackenridge Eagles had a punt out of their end zone. It's possible that one of the Indians may have had a hand on that kick, but it was a very short kick, put the Indians in very good position. I believe they started at their own 30 or 27-yard line or so.
Yeah, they, Indians defense, again, we've been talking about it, came up big, got a tip on the kickoff or on the punt there, gave the offense a great field position, and then, again, Jacob Saucedo leading to an early touchdown here for the Indians.
Here come the Eagles. It's a quarterback keeper and a great defensive stop, by the left side of the defense. I believe that was 54 for the Indians. That was Julio Martinez back, but not before they were able to get 2 yards on that carry. So the ball now spotted at the 27-yard line. Brandon Garcia leading the way here as quarterback for the Eagles. They keep it on the ground over to the right side. Good containment by the Indians. The left side doing a good job of keeping any big gains for the Indians. On that stop for the Indians, number 32, Jay Cifuentes. Is that 32 or 33? Check that. That would have been Robert Acuna. So now a third down situation here. Brackenridge talking it over with the sidelines. Brandon Garcia. Indians bringing the middle linebackers up. Now they're backing them off. Garcia has pressure from the left side. Rolling left. Garcia has no choice but to take it. He gets brought down just shy of the first down. Good pursuit from the backside for the Indians.
Yeah, good defense there by the Indians. I think it's going to bring up a 4th and 1. So we'll see what Brackenridge chooses to do here. It looks like they're going to... Never mind. Doesn't look like they're going to go for it. I see special teams coming out right now.
Yeah, credit Nico Rodriguez on the stop there as one of the defenders to keep the Eagles short. So the Eagles playing it safe and going to punt this one away. Palomino back to receive for the Indians on this 4th and short. There's the punt. It's a low punt. Palomino will take it. He'll cross the 40 up to the 45 and get the 47. Another short field situation here for the Indians on their last possession into the end zone on a Jacob Salcedo to Pedro Valenzuela touchdown. The Indians now have the football once again with 5 minutes and 37 seconds to go in this first quarter.
Pretty fast pace so far, I would say, Bobby. We haven't really seen, I think we've only had 1 penalty so far. We had actually 2, a false start, and then we had a delay a game a little bit. But pretty fast-moving game so far. Indians have had a couple of chances to strike here on offense and made the most of it their last go-around.
Lily Aguilar, David Garza on the stream. We thank you for joining us. A handoff to Zion. Zion goes straight up the middle, picks up a first down and some, gets into Eagle territory right near the 40-yard line.
We also have the Saucedo family watching from Ohio today.
Ohio. So we thank you for joining our stream. 2 receivers split to each side for Saucedo. Defense trying to come off the field, so they might have a flag for 12 men on the field. We'll see about that.
There is.
There is a flag. So there's a flag on the play. And we saw one of the Eagles defenders trying to get off before the play was run, and the Indians ran that play, but I don't. So that's going to give the Indians 5 yards.
Another.
Well, yeah, there was 2 flags, I guess. One was picked up, but maybe it could have been for the same thing. We're about to find out here. All right, so 12 men on the field is the call against the Eagles. So the Indians will take that penalty and have a 1st and 5 inside Eagle territory at the Eagle 35. The Indians do well in short field position. They come out with no back set, rolling right. Salcedo draws the pass play, and there's Joseph Esparza with the catch. 35-yard touchdown pass from Jacob Salcedo, as Salcedo was being chased out of the pocket.
Great throw there by Saucedo. Again, we talked about it in the pregame a little bit, Bobby, but the offensive line there just giving him enough time to roll out of the pocket. Great routes ran by the wide receivers for the Indians, and that's going to be Saucedo's 2nd touchdown here of the night.
Love the pass for Esparza. He put it in an area where he made Esparza get to the football. No defenders around. Nico Rodriguez getting ready to try for this extra point here. The snap, the hold, the kick, it's up, and it is good. The Indians take a 14-0 lead early on here in this first quarter. They've had 3 possessions. They've scored on 2 of them. You're watching high school football on RCE Audio Sports, and it's brought to you by Rufio.
When you belong to a place as much as it belongs to you, you call it home. A place to gather, entertain, and make memories near shops, restaurants, and green spaces. A place to raise a family and grow. Life is good here and getting better. And at Brooks, we are just getting started. Live Brooks.
The perfect match. It's what so many of us are looking for. When it comes to getting a mortgage, how can you find the one that's perfect for you? Start with your local independent mortgage broker. Because the only way to get a mortgage that's cheaper, faster, and easier is to talk to us first. Find your perfect mortgage match. Call us today.
Almost a perfect start for the Indians. They've scored on 2 out of their 3 possessions here for Harlandale. They lead 14-0 off a nice 35-yard touchdown for Joseph Esparza to get into the end zone.
Yeah, great passing there from Saucedo. He's already hit 2 Indians here for touchdowns tonight. Esparza and Valenzuela. And we only have 4 minutes and 49 seconds left here just in the first quarter. So Indians offense already off to a really good start, and the defense has been just as solid.
Yeah, defense has been doing a phenomenal job all season long. Again, we talk about that defense. We talk about how important their efforts were last week, and what a great effort it is defensively here for the Harlandale Indians. Let's see if they can keep it up. Brack comes out with 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Brack, Eagles keep it on the ground. Oh, bouncing out. What a run to the left side. Almost a big run here for the Brackenridge Eagles.
And that's going to be a big run there for running back number 33, Julio Morin, just a junior. So a much needed gain of yardage there for the Brackenridge Eagles.
We want to welcome Fred Medina to the broadcast over on YouTube. Thank you for watching, Freddie. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left for the Eagles. 2 men in the backfield with Brandon Garcia. The Eagles will keep it on the ground, but this time the Indians sniff that one out and no gain on that play. Brings up a 2nd down. One of the big plays of the evening on the play before for the Eagles on that run.
Yeah, a really good pickup there for the Eagles. That was a 21-yard run there for Marine. So again, much needed spark for this Eagle offense.
Trips to our near side, 1 receiver to the left side. The Indians back up on defense. Rolling to his right side, Garcia looking downfield, has a receiver overthrown. The pass is incomplete. He was looking for Jalen Guerra. The pressure was coming in by Nico Rodriguez.
Yeah, just a little bit of a high pass there by Garcia. I think, again, like we talked about in the pregame show, when you got a number 30, Nicolas Rodriguez, running at you full speed, you want to get the ball out of your hands and get out of the way quickly.
Indians do a great job. They're an aggressive defense. 3rd down and 10 for the Eagles. The keeper, Garcia, left side, plenty of room. I don't know if anyone's going to catch him at the 10, the 5. He's going to get into the end zone on a 52-yard run for Brandon Garcia.
And Coach talked about it before the game. He said Garcia is the leader of this Brackenridge Eagle football team. So it makes a ton of sense that we see Garcia get his team on the board here early, bringing the score a little bit closer, 6-14, as the Eagles go for the extra point.
The extra point attempt here is coming up just shortly, but talking about Garcia, Haley, you mentioned it, that Coach Norman really relies on Garcia, and the Indians nearly get close to blocking that one, but the extra point is good. We've got a close contest here with 3:49 to go in this first quarter. It's the Harlandale Indians 14, the Brackenridge Eagles 7. Keep it right here.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez & Associates today at 210-337-1111.
The On Par Golf Academy at Mission Del Lago was designed and developed to offer not only the highest quality golf instruction in San Antonio, but so much more. With its experienced staff and its TrackMan indoor and outdoor training facility, On Par Golf has the capability to meet all your golf improvement needs. From its junior golf programming to its entertainment and hosting services, OPG has got you covered. So if you're ready to take your golf game to the next level, come see us at On Par Golf.
And we welcome you back to Alamo Stadium here in north central San Antonio. We thank you for joining us. The Brackenridge Eagles on a 52-yard Brandon Garcia run from scrimmage into the end zone. The extra point was good for the Eagles, and now we've got ourselves a really close ball game just in this first quarter, Haley.
Yeah, it's been a scoring frenzy so far. I mean, you got 21 points on the board already. Still 3 minutes and 49 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. So I have a feeling we're in for an exciting night of offense.
Another short kick in the air. Indians will come down with it. That's the kicker, Edgar Bareva. Coming down with the football is Jacob Fonseca. He's a junior for the Indians.
Indians have, oh, look at that sky. Cotton candy skies. Look at the scoreboard and everything. I might make that my new screensaver.
That is a nice shot of the San Antonio sky.
I love it. And the Indians come out here on offense, have scored their last 2 possessions in a row. And so Saucedo will be looking to get more points on the board here before the first quarter comes to a close.
From their own 36, they send Zion in motion. He'll take the handoff. He's got some room. No, it's Saucedo. He gets across the 45 and up to about the 49-yard line. That's twice tonight they got me up here in the booth.
You know, we're pretty far up here. Bobby forgot his glasses, so gotta forgive us.
Or either that or it's time for a new prescription.
Yeah, 13-yard run there by Saucedo. Going to bring up a fresh set of downs for the Indians.
Indians near midfield on the near side hash. Again, a 5 wide receiver set. Joseph Esparza gets across the 45, the 40. First down again. Move the chains for the Indians. They're not too happy right now after giving up that 52-yard touchdown. So they're on the warpath.
Yeah, they're moving, and again, still 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. That was a 13-yard gain there for the Indians as they, again, bring up a fresh set of downs.
Fresh set of downs, the theme of this drive here for the Indians. They come out with trips to the right side and one to the left side. Indians fake the handoff, pass over to the right side. Palomino across the 35, inside the 30. He gets hit hard down at the 26-yard line. We do have some flags on the play. And that's going to go against the Indians. It's going to be a holding call, I should say. And that's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
First penalty tonight for the Indians, I believe. So we've seen a pretty clean, disciplined game so far. But this is going to bring up 1st and 20. So the longest set of downs or the longest yardage here for the Indians so far.
So they'll not that bad, Haley. 1st and 16. So that pushes them back from 10 yards from where the penalty occurred. So a manageable.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a first down situation too.
Got time.
So the Indians, the most important thing here is that they're in Eagle territory. So the ball is now set here. The officials waiting to get this game underway. The clock is being adjusted, and it is set now to 3 minutes. We're good to go. Jacob Saucedo. Here comes pressure. Saucedo fires, gets through the football. He was looking for a defender downfield, but I know he saw out of the peripheral some pressure coming from the right side, Haley.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Brackenridge Eagle defense, that was number 2. Gino Pina, he was coming in very, very hot, and I'm sure Saucedo saw that and was trying to get rid of the ball.
A lot of credit to this Brackenridge Eagle defense as they are stepping it up here on this series defensively. Saxon Langenberg goes in motion. Zion gets the call. He gets across the 40, down to the 37-yard line. Almost back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to be a 3rd and long situation here for the Indians.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 11.
Octavio Tellez on the stream, shouting out Linsa for the Indians. Trips to the left side for Jacob Salcedo. Jacob looks left, fires down the middle of the field. The pass is caught inside the 20. Move the chains again for the Indians.
Yeah, and that's going to be a fantastic catch there by number 81 for the Indians, Michael Palomino.
Palomino coming up huge here for the Indians. What a pass by Jacob Salcedo to throw that right down the middle of the field.
An 18-yard pass there from Salcedo to Palomino. Going to put the Indians in striking distance.
Out of the shotgun. Salcedo looking left, has one-on-one coverage, throws deep. The pass, is it caught? It is. Is that Saxon? 85, that's number 85 for the Indians. Another touchdown, that's Pedro Valenzuela for his second Indian touchdown. I am just amazed on how well and the accuracy of Jacob Salcedo with the pressure coming in. His footwork is great. His accuracy is great. And he's finding all of his receivers.
Yeah, and again, it's almost like it kind of has us a little bit speechless up in the booth here. I mean, he's making some of these passes under pressure, hitting people perfectly in stride.
And here is Nicolas Rodriguez to try for the extra point. The snap's low, but Nico is 3 for 3 on extra points, and they lead 21-7. We're still in the first quarter, folks. 1 minute, 59 seconds remaining in this first quarter. You're watching RC Audio Sports on YouTube. We'll keep it right here. We'll be right back.
Solar is the fastest growing energy sector in the world. At Rufio, we believe in sustainability and renewable energy. If you're looking to reduce or eliminate your electric bills, increase your property's value, and reduce your carbon emissions, we've got you covered. Call us at 833-674-7663 or visit us at rufio.com.
We welcome you back to Alamo Stadium here in North Central San Antonio. Haley Wilson to my right side. I am Bobby Mendez, and what a game it's been for the Harlandale Indians. 21-7 on the top, 1:59 to go. What an evening for the Indians.
Yeah, and Saucedo hits Valenzuela again for his second touchdown of the night. This one, an 18-yard touchdown, but just incredible momentum and offense here from the Indians to get this game started.
Indians have a 14-point lead with just under 2 minutes to go. The Indians will kick it. It'll go and bounce, stay in bounds. Nope, it'll bounce out of bounds. So the Eagles will have an opportunity here to decide whether they want to take the ball or have them re-kick it. But we were, going into the break after that touchdown, we were talking about how Jacob Salcedo has done a great job of finding his receivers. He's found Pedro Valenzuela a couple times, Joseph Esparza in the end zone. He's had Zion Molina to rely on. We still haven't seen Saxon Langenberg with a catch, but I mean, he's going to get some catches here soon.
Yeah, and I think that's part of what makes this Indians defense this Indians offense so lethal is that I feel like every game we cover, there's different players stepping up. Last week, Zion Molina. The week before, we saw Saucedo kind of taking a bunch of touchdowns in himself. Tonight, we've got Esparza involved and Valenzuela involved. Our first game we covered, it was Langenberg. Like, it's hard to know who to focus on for this Indians offense.
What a great thing to have there at Harlandale for Coach Torres. Of all the seasons that he's been with Harlandale, I think this is what we've been waiting to see on this Harlandale offense. A variety and completions on the from quarterback to receivers. Here come the Eagles from the left side. Out of bounds, rolling out, enough for the first down. They'll get to the 42-yard line. He needed to get to the 39, so he got just a little bit extra.
Yeah, good. Another run there by number 33, Julio Marin. We've seen him get involved here a couple of different times. Most of the offensive sparks here tonight from Brackenridge has come from quarterback Brandon Garcia and then, running back Julio Marin.
New set of downs. And we appreciate you guys watching from all around. On the field is Cesar Mendez with the camera, Isaiah Castro, the other cameraman. So we thank them for their wonderful shots. And following the football, play action, pass incomplete. It's going to bring up a second down. Brandon Garcia looking for a receiver on the left side. Incomplete. There's the Linsa band over there. The Linsa gang. What would they be called? The Band of Linsa. The Linsa Squad. Two receivers right side, one receiver left side. Two men in the backfield for Garcia. The handoff, no. Keeper, pressured, gets rid of the football. Pass is complete. But he pays the price when he catches that ball. The catch was Aurelio Garcia. So there's a flag on the play, but I got one, Coach. Linsa bums? Like the baseline bums. Like the baseline
like
bums.
Like the Spurs, yeah, the Spurs. Yeah.
No? Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh.
There we go. That might be it.
Linsa Tribe. Okay. All right. We'll go with that one. The Linsa Tribe. Linsa mentality. I believe that's the basketball slogan. Yep. So the penalty is going to go against Brack. Legal man downfield, and that kind of happens a little bit when your quarterback is scrambling. You got an offensive lineman, doesn't know what the assignment is because he doesn't know if his quarterback is going to cross the line of scrimmage or hang on and pass. So that's what happens there. And the Indians, the Eagles will face a 2nd down and 15 here. Trips to the near side. One receiver to the left side. Some adjustments on defense for the Indians, the down lineman. But Brackenridge wants to talk about it. We'll go ahead and take a timeout. We're still in the first quarter. 1:39 to go here. You're watching Harlandale and Brackenridge on RC Audio Sports, brought to you by Martinez and Associates.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone.
And we welcome you back to action here, where the Brackenridge Eagles had to think about it for just a moment. Let's see what they come up with. Not enough, as it is a big stop there by guess who? Aiden Sosa. What a big, big play coming out of the timeout for the Harlandale Indians.
Yeah, Sosa just completely wrapped him up there. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 18 for Brackenridge. It's going to be a loss of 3 for the Eagles here, as Garcia, I'm guessing, comes out. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, is going to try to make something happen.
Play action. Sosa tips the ball. The Indians will get the tip and drive it down inside the 5. Again, another huge defensive play for the Indians when they need to come up huge.
And I believe that ball was also caught by Aiden Sosa.
No, I think Aiden tipped it.
Aiden tipped the ball. I'm trying to get a look on who caught that one.
We'll have to get that here in just a moment, but this is what we talk about when we talk about this Harlandale Indian defense, and they are everywhere. Aiden Sosa, we say his name. He was a defensive player of the game recently, 1 game back before But, boy, these Indians do things amazing on defense.
And, yeah, Sosa is all over that. That ends up being a 30-yard gain for the Indians here. Just under a minute left in the first. Gives them the opportunity to score yet again for the 4th time here in this first quarter. 1st
and goal inside at the 5-yard line. The Indians are lined up. Right now, we're still under a minute here. 21-7 is our score. Salcedo at quarterback. Sends a man in motion. They keep it on the ground. Zion, he gets swallowed up and he loses a couple of yards. We're going to have this moment to address what we were showing earlier, the Linsa group, the T-shirts that are up in the stands. They're officially called the Linsa Tribe, so Joey had it. He wins a prize. 2 trips, check that. That's 3 receivers to the right and 1 receiver to the left. Out of the shotgun. Salcedo fakes. He fakes the option and takes it in himself. Oh, boy. He got him good. The equivalent of the killer crossover. Jacob Salcedo into the end zone for a 7-yard touchdown run.
What a run there for Saucedo. That was I want to say a 7-yard run there for Saucedo. We've seen him do that a bunch, and I'm kind of surprised we're just now seeing that for the first time here in this quarter.
Well, we're learning something new every week. We talked about weapons being unveiled for the Indians. The extra point is good. Nico Rodriguez, 4 for 4 in the first quarter. 28-7. Yes, we're still in the first quarter. 22 seconds remain. Keep it right here. We'll be right back. You're watching RC Audio Sports on YouTube, and it's brought to you by Texas Revolution Youth Football and Cheer.
It started in 2019 with Texas Revolution Youth Football and Cheer. It was inspired by my sister, my late sister, Patricia Galaxy Mora. She had passed away. Before she had passed away, we had conversations about starting my own organization. Right now, our actual motivation is to get these kids to the next level as far as getting ready for middle school and high school football. Our plan for Texas Revolution is not only teaching them the fundamentals of football and cheer, but it's also teaching them how to be great young men and women, providing for the city south side and also raising them right. No pass, no play. Being here and being very respectful to their coaches, to their moms, their dads, their guardians. And that's what we strive for, is to raising the next generation of athletes, but also great men and women too as well. Look us up on Facebook too as well for any questions or any concerns that you may have as well.
We welcome you back to Alamo Stadium here. And the Indians 28-7 on top of the Brackenridge Eagles. It was a 2-play drive that went 5 yards on a 7-yard touchdown run. All led by that Harlandale defense, a tip by Aiden Sosa. We're going to get the name of the defender that caught the interception here at some point, and we'll let you know and give him the recognition he deserves, because he brought it down all the way down to the 5-yard line, and the Indians did a great job of putting that in on a beautiful run by Jacob Salcedo. So now we are at 22 seconds remaining. Looking at a shot of the Harlandale $1 Million Band from Indian Land just a second ago. Here in the first quarter, the Indians have, well, again, welcome back, I guess, to the Jacob Salcedo Show. We had that show a couple weeks ago, and Jacob Salcedo just really doing a great job of leading this offense for the Indians.
Yeah, again, 4 touchdowns already tonight. 3 of them in the air for Saucedo to Valenzuela, Esparza, and then running in for a quick 7 yards himself.
And there are flags on the before the play even starts. Try and see about that. You know, there's been a few instances. Timeout was called before the flag went out. We'll keep it right here if that's all right, Coach. We have we're talking about Jacob Salcedo and his contributions here offensively. He's done it in the air. He's done it on the ground, and he's been pretty consistent. Haley, when we're looking at him, he's making good decisions, and just the mere fact that he had the mere presence to fake that option and really got that defender to bite on that fake and just took it into the end zone. Jacob Salcedo is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, and he again, we've seen him do a lot of things so far, but it's been really exciting watching him just kind of settle into his role, whether it's getting touchdowns in the air or on the ground. We've really seen him start to just blow it up over the past couple of weeks. That's really the only way I can describe it.
This kicked off right around 7:05. We are at almost 8 o'clock, but we're still in the first quarter, so about 52 minutes in the first quarter. If we keep this pace up, we'll be done close to midnight. Garcia fakes the pass, goes up the middle on a nice little gain near the 50-yard line. He'll pick up 8 yards up the middle for the Eagles.
And I believe this might do it for the first quarter for us, unless Brack is going to try to get a play in, and it doesn't look like they will be. So that'll do it for the first quarter here. Harlandale up over Brackenridge 28-7. So a pretty explosive game we've seen so far.
All right, we'll keep it right here. When we return, it'll be the second quarter. You're watching RC Audio Sports on YouTube, and it's brought to you by Texas Revolution Youth Football and Cheer.
Live from the Southside Magazine is a Latina-owned online and print publication that helps residents and visitors learn more about the South Side of San Antonio and all of Texas. Magazine features and columns support the local community by telling stories that promote people and businesses. Our goal is to expand community relationships and give Southside San Antonio residents an opportunity to express themselves. Learn more at southsidesanantonio.com.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be a billion-dollar insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the billion-dollar auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez & Associates today at 210-337-1111.
And we're back in action here. Second quarter now. The Eagles needing to get some offensive production. They go up the middle, and that's tough going against this defense, but they only needed to get 2 yards, and it looks like they got right to where they need to be. All depends. Well, they're going to spot it, and the officials are going to say that's enough for a first down.
So move the chains here for the Eagles. They definitely need to get something here before they fall kind of too far behind to where it feels almost insurmountable to come back.
Well, that defense for the Indians really makes it hard for them on that. Haley, and the Indians, I tell you what, they're not going to take their foot off the gas pedal here. The Eagles coming out in a 5 wide receiver set. Garcia's going to take it, and he's going to give it a little bit of go here, and he's going to pick up a good chunk of yards. 6 yards for Brandon Garcia, trying to get his Eagles to fly behind him.
Good run there by Garcia. He was kind of hiding behind his own line and just was able to pick up, a good chunk of yards there. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3 for Brackenridge.
2nd and short now. 18 seconds on the play clock. Indians rushing 4 down linemen. Faking the handoff. Garcia takes it himself, and I think he's got enough for the first down. He gets up to the 40-yard line, so they'll move the chains here. A little bit of good ball control, good ball management here for Brackenridge.
Yeah, and not some of the quick kind of 3-and-outs that we saw earlier in this game. So Garcia pacing, managing his offense well, and picking up a first down.
Here we go. Indians on defense again, rushing 4 down linemen. And Haley, coach, noticing here as well is the Eagles are keeping the ball away from Aiden. They're running opposite of Aiden. Up the middle, and that's where they seem to be getting some good success here as another good chunk of yards as the Eagles will gain 6 yards there. So they're seeing that, and they're finding a little bit of success up the middle on this drive.
Yeah, and again, I think the thing right now, Brackenridge doesn't want to give the Harlandale offense the ball back very quickly either. So they're again kind of taking their time trying to maintain possession of the ball, I feel like, for longer than they were able to in the first quarter.
Good management here so far for senior quarterback Garcia, who keeps it and still doing damage up the middle. So right now, the Eagles finding some vulnerability in this Harlandale Indian defense, and that's right up the middle.
Yeah, good run there for Brackenridge. Again, going to bring up a nice fresh set of downs here for the Eagles, and they're taking time off of the clock here in the second quarter.
So we're down to about 9.5 minutes here. So the Eagles, having the ball to start the second quarter, have had the ball for at least almost 3 minutes here as they had the football with about 30 seconds, I believe, left to go in the first quarter. So this has been their best field position, if I'm not mistaken. I know they had a touchdown earlier, but that was a big touchdown run.
Yeah, we see the offensive coordinator for the Indians.
Garcia on the ground, handoff up the middle, this time maybe a few yards. Ensign Cornwell, the offensive coordinator, on your screen just a moment ago for the Harlandale Indians. Doing a fantastic job of calling those plays and really utilizing the talent that is on the field right now for the Indians when they're on offense. It's a nice little drive here so far for the Eagles. Again, they keep it up the middle, and it is Garcia running to the right side. Brandon Garcia will get into the end zone on a 21-yard touchdown run. He started that looking to go up the middle, found some room along the right side and into the end zone. So Brackenridge not going away, not so fast here with 8 minutes and 53 seconds to go in this second quarter.
And Garcia, again, running in for his second touchdown of the night. So we're seeing a all, knockdown, drag-out battle of the quarterbacks tonight here with Garcia and Saucedo both providing a lot of offense and a lot of points for their teams.
Edgar Barreda, the senior kicker. High snap, the kick is up, and it is no good. So 28-13, the Indians will keep a lead here. But we'll take a quick break. You are watching RC Audio Sports on our YouTube channel, and it's brought to you by Martinez and Associates.
When you belong to a place as much as it belongs to you, you call it home. A place to gather, entertain, and make memories near shops, restaurants, and green spaces. A place to raise a family and grow. Life is good here and getting better. And at Brooks, we are just getting started. Live Brooks.
The On-Par Golf Academy at Mission Del Lago was designed and developed to offer not only the highest quality golf instruction in San Antonio, but so much more. With its experienced staff and its TrackMan indoor and outdoor training facility, On-Par Golf has the capability to meet all your golf improvement needs. From its junior golf programming to its entertainment and hosting services, OPG has got you covered. So if you're ready to take your golf game to the next level, come see us at On-Par Golf.
We welcome you back here at Alamo Stadium. Short kick, and the Indians will fair catch it, but there are flags on the play. So their flag's on the play. Not exactly sure what that would have been. I didn't catch that. It was a short kick by the Eagles.
While we have a little bit of time, we shout out to some of the other members of the Saucedo family. We got some fans over in Brownwood, Texas. We have some family over in Torreon, Mexico. So, again, international here at RC Audio Sports.
Global, worldwide.
Global, international, worldwide. I know. I think my family's watching in Arizona. Got some friends in Waco watching as well. I think my friend Emma's watching from Waco. So,
well, we appreciate you watching, and we hope that you're subscribed and following our other social medias. We appreciate that. So now the dust is settled here on those calls. The Indians will have the football in decent field position once again. Something on the field there. One of the officials will grab that. So the Indians are ready to go. The Eagles look like they're ready to go. The officials say we're ready to go. Salcedo's ready to go. Zion gets the carry. Oh, boy, the Eagles were waiting for that one. They met up in the backfield, and a loss of 2 yards on that play. A good group of Eagles there. It was a good drive for Brackenridge as they scored. They took some good time off the clock, about 5 or so minutes. The Indians, here comes a blitz. Pass, caught, Zion on the sideline, the 15. He turns on the Jets and gets into the end zone. And boy, there was a defender coming right to Salcedo, and Salcedo had the patience to get rid of the football.
I think this one might be coming back.
Oh, that's a tough one right there. It's a holding call.
Yeah.
That's a tough one there. We've seen almost a pretty clean game as far as penalties are concerned for the Indians. But that one's a big one right there.
Tough break there for the Indians. But if you're a Brackenridge fan, or if you're on the Eagles team here, you're thankful, right? Because that, again, just want to try to contain this Indians offense as much as you can and not go into halftime down by too much.
Yeah, they want to make sure they make stops. And then when they have the football, have those long drives that they did to get right back into this ball game. They do get the football to start the third quarter, so this is important here. Second down and very long. Jacob rolls to his left side, has pressure, has to step up into the pocket, now bought himself some time. He heaves it. The pass is caught at the 23-yard line. Joseph Esparza coming up huge for the Indians.
Well, that was giving me Kyler Murray's overtime pass and play there in the Cardinals and Raiders game last weekend. Just Saucedo, again, so much patience. He had to have run 30, 40 yards on that play.
He ran out of the pocket, back into the pocket, got rid of the football. What a throw. The Indians with some new life on this drive with a new set of downs. There's the option. Zion will get it. He gets across the 20, inside to the 18. Someone described Kyler Murray's run as if he stole his mom's cell phone and someone was trying to catch him.
It made sense.
And that's what it looked like. You're right. That's a perfect analogy, Haley, of Jacob Salcedo's previous play.
I think Saucedo is taller than Kyler, though. I think he's taller than Kyler.
Victor Alvarez says, go Indians, class of 2007. Emmanuel Lopez, and of course the Allman family, they are watching.
It was a 43-yard pass there.
Play action, and that's a rare toss there by Jacob Salcedo. He was just a little bit off the mark there. Pass was intended for his receiver. I believe that was Esparza. Indians with the football. 7:19 to go in this second quarter. Indians have had a really good game offensively. And if Jacob Salcedo hasn't been on the city of San Antonio's radar as top quarterbacks, he's going to be after this game. Man in motion, fakes a handoff. Salcedo, short pass on the screen there. He was a little short for Zion. So the Indians now are going to face a 4th down and 4. This is, I would think, Haley, a situation here where the Indians probably don't think field goal.
Yeah, I mean, with how well their offense has been clicking, I could see Coach Torres wanting to go for it here. You have good field position. You know, obviously, Saucedo has been doing a great job. 6th play of the drive here, and so they're going to go for it.
And they do with the 5 wide receiver set. Jacob Salcedo in the pocket, down the middle, the pass. Is it caught? It is caught. What an amazing catch. I cannot.
That was Saxon Langenberg. We said that he was going to get involved soon, and there it is with the 17-yard touchdown.
Right across the middle. Jacob Salcedo throws a laser to Saxon Langenberg, who had crossed the end zone. And the Indians add to their score 34-13 here at the moment before Nico tries his extra point. And listen, Jacob Salcedo, he is doing what he's supposed to do. Snap, the kick. Nico's kick is no good. So Nico misses this extra point. So 34-13 our score here in this second quarter. You're watching high school football on RC Audio Sports, and it's brought to you by Rufio.
It started in 2019 with Texas Revolution Youth Football and Cheer. It was inspired by my sister, my late sister, Patricia Galaxy Mora. She had passed away. Before she had passed away, we had conversations about starting my own organization. Right now, our actual motivation is to get these kids to the next level as far as getting ready for middle school and high school football. Our plan for Texas Revolution is not only teaching them the fundamentals of football and cheer, but it's also teaching them how to be great young men and women, providing for the city south side and also raising them right. No pass, no play. Being here and being very respectful to their coaches, to their moms, their dads, their guardians. And that's what we strive for, is to raising the next generation of athletes, but also great men and women too as well. Look us up on Facebook too as well for any questions or any concerns that you may have as well.
And we're back here at Alamo Stadium after another Harlandale Indian touchdown and another great play by the Indian offense led by their quarterback, Jacob Salcedo, and Saxon Langenberg getting in on the fun for the Indians. 34-13, that extra point no good for the Indians. There's the kick. And Eagles along the sidelines. They'll get knocked out of bounds across the 30 to the 32-yard line. I want to thank Michael Constantine, who is also watching. We appreciate your support and watching. And also Alex Hernandez. .704 to go here in this second quarter. The Eagles needing to stay involved in this game, they're going to need to do what they did on their last possession. They sustained a nice long drive, went into the end zone, and now with 7:04, again, remember, they do get the ball to start the third quarter, so they have a potential opportunity here to cut into the lead a little bit and make this game a little bit more interesting for the Eagles. They keep it on the ground, go left side, nice little hurdle over the defender by the running back. The stop for the Indians.
Yeah, and revisiting a play from earlier, I think it was it this quarter? Well, no, the first quarter where the Indians tipped the ball. It was number 66, Jaden Castaneda, who almost had that touchdown. Thanks so much, Alex Hernandez, for letting us know in the comments. It's hard for us to catch everything up in the booth, but shout out to Jaden for the amazing pick there.
The pick and return back. So he got it down inside the 5, which set up a nice run by Jacob Salcedo for that touchdown on that drive. So good job, Castaneda, and being heads up on the defense. 3rd and short here for the Eagles. The Indians moved, free play. Well, they stopped the play. So not sure if maybe it was one of the offensive linemen that may have stopped it, but there was some contact. So we'll wait for the official call. So they were. It was a 3rd and 4 situation, Haley. So if it is offsides, that's going to be an automatic first down for Brack, and that's what you want. If you're the Eagles, you want to take advantage of every opportunity you have here. If it's going to be a free first down, then you take that free first down.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like they're talking with the coach down there, and yep, that's going to be it. So that should move the chains here for Brackenridge, give them a fresh set of downs, and that'll bring them to the 44, I believe, or excuse me, a 43-yard line, as Garcia tries to get some more points on the board for his team before halftime.
The offense for the Eagles, big task ahead here with this last 6 minutes and 29 seconds. And now another flag goes out on the field, and this time I think it's going to go against the Eagles. And they're going to be called for a false start. So the Eagles will be pushed back to 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15 for Brackenridge. Brandon Garcia is a senior for the Eagles. He's in charge of this offense. We've seen Julio Morin, the junior running back for the Eagles. Up the middle, believe that is Morin. He gets near the 40, maybe 2 yards on that play. On the stop there for the Indians, Julio Martinez. So now a 2nd down 17 for, check that, that's 2nd down and 13 for the Eagles. They do an end around. No, it's kept. Brandon Garcia, big play, the 30, the 20, he's got some room. No one's going to catch him, and he's going to go into the end zone on a big touchdown run there by Brandon Garcia, and the Eagles are not flying away just yet. They're hanging around.
Yeah, the 3rd touchdown there by Garcia. And again, when we had the chance to talk with Coach Norman before the game, he said Garcia is our leader on and off the field. He's been, again, pretty much single-handedly carrying this Eagles offense with all 3 touchdowns for the night.
So look at this formation here. I need my coach to tell me what this is. a six-pack formation here for Brackenridge to try the extra point, and they wanted to see if they could catch the Indians off guard. So they call a timeout with 6:46 to go. It was a huge run by senior quarterback Brandon Garcia. You're watching RC Audio Sports on YouTube. We'll be back in just a moment.
When you belong to a place as much as it belongs to you, you call it home. A place to gather, entertain, and make memories near shops, restaurants, and green spaces. A place to raise a family and grow. Life is good here and getting better. And at Brooks, we are just getting started. Live Brooks.
We're back here. The Eagles just went on a tremendous drive led by Brandon Garcia, and a timeout was called right before the extra point attempt when they came out in that six-pack formation.
Garcia just, again, really killing it. He's ran for 168 yards tonight. So he is, again, really, really providing a spark. And there we go.
And a reverse into the end zone for the two-point conversion.
Two-point conversion there. I believe that was number 29, if my eyes are deceiving me right. Aurelio Garcia for Brackenridge, and that's going to make up for that extra point they missed earlier in the game and put us at 34-21. Brackenridge still behind.
Well, we'll take another break. When we come back, we'll see how the Indians respond. You're watching RC Audio Sports on YouTube, and it's brought to you by Martinez and Associates. We welcome you back to the second quarter here in the nice late September night here on a Thursday night. I believe the first day of fall today. 5:46 to go. Short kick. Brackenridge adding the two-point conversion after their touchdown. Saxon Langenberg making three Eagle defenders or return men fall the opposite direction. So the Indians, if they want to keep this comfortable lead going into the half, they need to hang on to the football or get into the end zone. But we've learned that Brackenridge has this quarterback, Brandon Garcia, who's pretty fast.
Yeah, Garcia, again, responsible for all three of the touchdowns tonight for Brackenridge, and they've been long runs. They haven't. It hasn't been like, he's, trotting in for 2-3 yards. He's coming in for 30, 40, 50 yards.
And I'll tell you, if that's what this defense for Harlandale is vulnerable at, are those big plays. When once they get past that last line of defense, it's difficult for the Indians to keep up there. But the Indians run the ball up the middle to keep that clock moving to about 4 yards on that carry. Make sure you don't go anywhere during halftime. We always give some halftime love to the bands who work just as hard as these athletes out on the field for their performances. So we love to showcase that as well. Right side, Zion Molina runs into a little bit of a pile, but flags will come out as he goes down near the 44-yard line.
You can hear the band right now, man. They sound good.
Oh, yeah.
I hear.
And this is like a great atmosphere for bands as well. Just the way the stadium is, it's just great all around. Holding penalty is going to be called against the Indians, so the Indians are going to be pushed back. I believe that's their third holding penalty of the night. So, again, that is a 10-yard penalty, and it was, like, right where the tackle was made. So they put that from the spot of the foul. That's where the flag was thrown. So, sixth penalty of the game. Jacob Salcedo, he has a 5 wide receiver set. Here comes the pressure. And the catch made. I say here comes the pressure. Jacob Salcedo feels none of that, gets rid of the football. Big completion down the field, inside the 40, down to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and I believe that was caught by none other than Saxon Langenberg. And like you'd said, Bobby, Saucedo's getting everyone involved. But first, to start the game, we went to Valenzuela, then we went to Esparza, then we went back to Valenzuela. Now we're going to Langenberg. And again, I just imagine that it's pretty tough for these Eagles to kind of focus on any specific player for the Indians.
At 38 yards to Saucedo's passing totals, Indians come back on the ground, and this time the Eagles are waiting for him. Nothing doing there. As Zion will get hit and be driven back, he'll keep the forward progress. Only a loss of 2 yards on that play. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12 for the Indians.
The 4th play of the drive here for the Indians.
Indians being very good with this clock. Again, we're in the 2nd quarter. 4 wide receiver set with 3 to our near side. Indians hand it over to the jet sweep. Esparza will take it along the left side, and he finds room and gets down inside the 20, where the Indians will continue to move the football.
Fantastic run there by Esparza. We saw him with a touchdown earlier in the game. It looked like he might have had another one there from Saucedo, but this is going to bring up fresh set of downs. Again, this is going to give the Indians opportunity to score yet again before we head into halftime.
Balance set here with 2 receivers to each side. Plenty of time. Now Saucedo, under pressure, gets rid of the football. He's out of the pocket. He threw it, but there are flags on the play. I don't know if there was a receiver nearby.
I don't think there was. Yeah, I don't see one over here.
But the other determination is that he has to be out of the pocket, and the ball does have to pass the line of scrimmage on the pass. So, so that could very well be intentional grounding against the Indians.
Just looking at where the flags were thrown, I believe that is going to be the call.
Yep, intentional grounding is the call.
Yeah, Saucedo had 4 Eagles on him.
So that second flag that we're seeing there on the screen is indicating where the penalty was at. So I believe that's where they're going to spot the ball. So I believe the ball will be spotted at the 38-yard line. It'll be a 19-yard loss there for the Indians. But if you're Coach Torres, 19 yards, Jacobs had some pretty good plays. He's been able to overcome some. But, you don't want those kinds of penalties. But he felt he had to get rid of the football. So now they do find an area where they need to spot the ball, but okay, ball is spotted, 38-yard line, 2nd down and extremely long. They're saying 2nd and 31 on the board. Here we go, Saucedo through the middle, a little bit too high. Oh, that was a questionable hit right there.
Yeah,
there's a late flag. And it's coming from the Harlandale sideline, and Coach Torres was in the ear there of the official.
That was a late hit from one of the safeties at Brackenridge from Gonzalez. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a personal foul there.
So
just unnecessary.
On a very, very long 31-yard conversion needed, we'll wait for the official call here, unless they've made it already and I just missed it.
No, they haven't yet.
But they're getting ready to walk it off, so it's going to go against Brackenridge. So we know that penalty against the Eagles. So it's a 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down. So they needed 31 yards to pick up that 1st down on that penalty alone. They will have to just start from scratch their 1st down And first down, well, let's see where they put the football with 3:07 to go.
If that's the case, that is a very tough break for Brackenridge.
So the ball now going to be spotted at the 23-yard line. So the Indians will have a new fresh set of downs and open up the playbook here as they are near the red zone. They come out with a 4 wide receiver set with trips to the left side. Jacob Salcedo with Zion Molina in the backfield. Salcedo will do the option. Zion Molina will get it, and he gets down to the 20-yard line. So a good 4-yard pickup on that play for the Indians. It's the clock will continue to run here for the Indians. Only a 2-score game for the Indians. Brackenridge, should they get a stop here, will get the regardless, they'll get the football in the third quarter, but they want to get a stop here and quite possibly have enough time to maybe start this third quarter within a touchdown or so. Salcedo has a man in motion. Esparza sneaks through the 20 down to the 18-yard line. So a third down here. This is a big third down for Brack. Haley, I don't think if it gets to fourth down, I don't think the Indians would go to a field goal situation here. So A. Avila Landon watching in on the YouTube channel. Salcedo finds a wide open man in the middle. Across the 10, that's enough for a first down. Still on his feet, inside the 5. Saxon Langenberg coming up, answering the call once again for the Indians. He did that on a third down earlier, and now has a new set of downs for the Harlandale Indians. 15-yard pickup here in this drive. Indians going fast. They don't huddle, of course. Option. Salcedo keeps it, picks up maybe a yard.
Good stop there by the Brackenridge defense. Again, they just want to prevent anything from going in before halftime, because again, like you had said, Bobby, they're coming out to receive the ball in the second half. As you can see here, Indians trying to think of something. Brackenridge
looking at the Harlandale offense. Justin Menchaca, number 70. Big boy for the Indians, and that's who they go right behind into the end zone. Zion Molina. The Indians continue to feed the machine and get into the end zone.
Good little run there by Zion, as we're going to see the Indians come out here to, I believe, try to convert the extra point.
Yes, they have a swinging gate formation, so now the Indians are set. And Nico Rodriguez, nope, is that Nico? Yes. Nico Rodriguez to try the extra point here. The kick is up, but there's whistles blown, so we'll see what that is. You say that a little run there led by a big lineman, number 70, Justin Menchaca. We were just talking about him. He was on your screen just a moment ago in the huddle. But Coach Torres in our pregame show talked about how important and how well this offense has done, but they've done it all with the work of that offensive line.
Yeah, and they've put in the work. You saw it there, like you had said, Bob, on that play with Justin, just really paving the way for Zion. And I'm not sure.
So there was a penalty on the play. The Indians needed to push that back. So then with that penalty, the Indians said, we might as well go for 2 since we missed the last one. We'll make up that point. But we'll be back in just a moment and find out what's going on here. 42 seconds remaining in the half. You're watching RC Audio Sports on YouTube. We'll be right back.
The perfect match. It's It's what so many of us are looking for. When it comes to getting a mortgage, how can you find the one that's perfect for you? Start with your local independent mortgage broker. Because the only way to get a mortgage that's cheaper, faster, and easier is to talk to us first. Find your perfect mortgage match. Call us today.
Live from the Southside Magazine is a Latina-owned online and print publication that helps residents and visitors learn more about the South Side of San Antonio and all of Texas. Magazine features and columns support the local community by telling stories that promote people and businesses. Our goal is to expand community.
The Indians have scored on a Zion Molina touchdown, and now Nico Rodriguez to try the extra point here from a few yards back. The kick is up. No, it's a fire, and the pass is caught in the end zone. Joseph Esparza comes up huge, but boy, oh boy, what a relief it is to have Jacob Salcedo back there, because if that does not work, most of the time your quarterbacks or your holders are not able to make those kinds of plays.
That was just an easy throw. Just another throw. Just another throw for Salcedo.
And I said it right here in this broadcast. If the San Antonio sports media is not known that Jacob Salcedo is here to play, they will know tonight, as Jacob Salcedo has led the way for the Indians, giving the Indians a 42-21 point lead, or 42-21 lead here in this second quarter. The Indians have done what offenses are supposed to do. They've run the football. They've caught their passes. Great footwork in the pocket. Just great, amazing footwork by Jacob Salcedo. The Indians have scored on 6 of their 7 possessions. So the first drive was the only drive the Indians did not score a touchdown. So they kick it with 42 seconds to go. Brack will come across the 30 and get to the 36-yard line. They have 37 seconds to make something happen before this half. On the stop there for the Indians, number 24, Jacob Fonseca. Again, we remind you to keep it right here during halftime. The Indians will perform. The $1 Million Band from Indian Land will perform along with the Golden Dancers. We'll even keep it here for the Brackenridge Eagles Band as well.
Some quick shout-outs again from fans watching all over. We have Isabel watching over in Washington, D.C., so in our capital. And we have more members of the Saucedo family watching from Acuña, Mexico.
Oh. Well, thank you for joining, and thank you for watching. Up the middle, here come the Eagles. The clock will continue to run. The Eagles do have 1 timeout remaining. But it's a hurry-up offense here for the Eagles as they are set and ready to go. 7-yard pickup on that play by the Eagles. They come out with a 2-wide set on each side. Rolling to his left side, Garcia fires. The pass is caught. But the stop made there by number 42. We'll get his name in just a moment, not on our roster. Rene Cantu brings up a 3rd down. Eagles send a man in motion. Garcia, he goes nowhere. His mouthpiece flies out. And that's going to do it. That's the end of the first half here. Nathaniel Vasquez puts an exclamation point on this first quarter for the Indians defense. The Harlandale Indians on top of the Brackenridge Eagles, 42-21. We're going to take it into halftime. You're watching RC Audio Sports on YouTube, brought to you by Texas Revolution Youth Football and Cheer.
It started in 2019 with Texas Revolution Youth Football and Cheer. It was inspired by my sister, my late sister, Patricia Galaxy Mora. She had passed away. Before she had passed away, we had conversations about starting my own organization. Right now, our actual motivation is to get these kids to the next level as far as getting ready for middle school and high school football. Our plan for Texas Revolution is not only teaching them the fundamentals of football and cheer, but it's also teaching them how to be great young men and women, providing for the city south side and also raising them right. No pass, no play. Being here and being very respectful to their coaches, to their moms, their dads, their guardians. And that's what we strive for, is to raising the next generation of athletes, but also great men and women too as well. Look us up on Facebook too as well for any questions or any concerns that you may have as well.
Doing hair is an art, and I take great pride in it. I love my job. I opened my original hair salon on this side of town 26 years ago, and I still have some of the same clients. My location at Brooks is a dream come true. This is the right time and the right place to start a business at Brooks. The South Side is growing so much.
What makes Brooks so attractive to business owners is the environment. Employees can
The $1 million man, high corner, UIL show infected. Movement 1, 2, and 3. Drum major, the field is yours.
You're watching the Harlandale $1 Million Band from Indian Land and the Golden Dancers. It's halftime here at Alamo Stadium, where the Harlandale Indians have traveled to come play the Brackenridge Eagles in a big 14-5A D2 football game. It's halftime. The Indians lead 42-21. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors, and you can enjoy the Brackenridge halftime with us.
Finding the right home is hard. Now finding the right realtor, that's the easy part. Vanessa G. Medina with Proper Realty will work hard to help you find the right home for you and your family. Contact Vanessa today and let Proper Realty help you find your dream home.
Live from the Southside Magazine is a Latina-owned online and print publication that helps residents and visitors learn more about the South Side of San Antonio and all of Texas. Magazine features and columns support the local community by telling stories that promote people and businesses. Our goal is to expand community relationships and give Southside San Antonio residents an opportunity to express themselves. Learn more at southsidesanantonio.com.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez & Associates today at 210-337-1111.
We welcome you back to Alamo Stadium. This is what happens when we have our production here. Lots of moving parts, but we're glad you're with us. We thank you very much. Haley Wilson, I'm Bobby Mendez. Coach Robert Villafranca behind the camera. Bella Tellez working the technical directing. Joey getting us the numbers. Cesar Mendez out on the field taking those shots. Isaiah Castro on the other side, making sure you guys have the best view tonight. So Jacob Salcedo, we talk about that young athlete, the junior quarterback for the Harlandale Indians. What a night he's having. Fantastic game. 42-21 is the lead for the Harlandale Indians coming in to this third period.
Yeah, and Saucedo, we've said it in the vodcast, which you guys should watch and tune into. It's coming out tomorrow at noon. But we said in the vodcast. Oh, it came out already. It's out today at noon. So make sure you tune in. But we're kind of witnessing the Saucedo show here. He's 10 for 14, 219 yards. He's had 4 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground. He's hit in the air, just so you all have it, Joseph Esparza, Pedro Valenzuela. Let's see. Pedro Valenzuela twice as we get back right into the action here.
Yes, and you talking about Jacob Salcedo doing such a fantastic job of distributing the football in the air, and we're back here in action. The Indians with the lead defensively, they are back here, and the Brackenridge Eagles will start from their own 28-yard line, and they have a sort of a hill to climb here, Haley. If they can get on the board pretty quickly here, this will be very positive movement for the Brackenridge Eagles, but they risk the Indians' potent offense coming back onto the field, scoring 6 out of the last 7 possessions.
Yeah, and I guess, Bobby, coming from you, a former player, as we see a good pickup of probably 6 yards there for Brackenridge by number 33, Julio Marin. I guess how did the Eagles come out in the second half? I guess what's the game plan? You're down by 21 scores. You have the whole half. What do you do? What's the approach?
You just forget about that first half, Haley, and you execute every single play. They saw some success in the middle of the field early in the first half. Brandon Garcia, he's fast as he hands the ball away, and they now have some room on the sideline and pick up a first down. But the most important thing is not to panic. There's still time. The Indians were able to put 42 points up in a half, meaning it's possible to put that many points up in a half. But the Brackenridge Eagles now have to play a perfect game going forward.
Gotcha, yeah. And I think, I don't know if it's been, necessarily lapses on the Brackenridge Eagle defense. The Indians' offense has just been really, really good, which makes it hard for, I feel like, Brackenridge to really constrain anything.
And there they go. They fake the handoff, and Garcia up the middle to the 45-yard line. 3-yard gain. Second down and 7. 2 receivers split to each side. Garcia out of the shotgun. Handoff up the middle, and he goes nowhere. One of the things that we just talked about just a few plays ago, we talked about the success that Brackenridge offensively had up the middle. Looks like that's something that the Harlandale Indians might have fixed over during the half. Aiden Sosa on the stop.
3rd and 7 here. Yeah, 3rd and 7 here for Brack.
Big 3rd down here. We talked about how important it is for Brackenridge to make things happen here on this drive. Look at how close the defender, number 30, is for Harlandale on his man. Garcia takes it, left side, has some room, gets a first down and some. Gets across to the 45. Nico Rodriguez, number 30, the defender we're talking about, playing man on man. If you're the Brackenridge Eagles, this is what you want to see. You want to see that you're moving the football and getting big plays. New set of downs here. The Eagles now in Indian territory. Eagles keep it on the ground. Brandon Garcia broke it. Left side, 10, 5, end zone. Brandon Garcia giving some life back to the Eagles. And boy, he's enjoying that one right now because it's been tough getting through that Harlandale Indian defense. But the Eagles doing exactly what they needed to do to start this second half, put some points on the board.
Yeah, and again, I mean, it's been all Garcia all game here for the Brackenridge Eagles. We'll see the the kicking squad come out here for the extra point. Our kicker, number 21 for the Eagles, that's going to be Nicholas Jimenez. And the kick's going to be no good.
Short on that one. So the Eagles offensively take care of business. They score on their first possession here in the second half. Our score, 42-27. You're watching RC Audio Sports, and it's brought to you by Martinez and Associates.
Life has prepared me for this. The reason I'm a trial attorney is because I truly believe that's what I was meant to do. We do what we do because we've been given the God-given ability to do it. We have the ability to stand in front of a jury and help people out. I have my reasons, upbringing, things that have happened in life, things that have either turned you into a fighter or make you hate unjust causes. Those are the reasons that I am a trial attorney.
Welcome you back for the Brackenridge Eagles to start the second half of play. Get into the end zone on a big run by quarterback Brandon Garcia.
And a big game from Garcia. I mean, obviously, y'all have been watching. He's had 4 touchdowns, but he's ran for 233 yards. As a quarterback, that's just a huge numbers as we see a big hit. And it looked like...
I see a 4 on the jersey.
Big hit. I don't know if there might have been a... Okay, they were reacting like it was a fumble. I think it's just a big hit.
It was a big hit. There was a fumble, but it looks like I'm assuming it was recovered by the Indians. So the Indians will have possession of the football. A big collision. is what happened, and the ball popped out. So we are now back in action here. The Indians battling this Brandon Garcia on offense. That's the one person that the Indians are having trouble stopping, because I believe he's got all scores for Brackenridge.
All scores for Brackenridge, all touchdown runs for over 20 yards apiece. So he's making big plays for this Brackenridge team.
Zion Molina gets swallowed up, and this Brackenridge Eagles defense is fired up, following the momentum of that offense on that long scoring drive. Now a loss of 2 plays. I'm sorry, a loss of 2 yards, excuse me. Brings up second down. Out of the shotgun. It is a screen to Zion. Zion gets past the second line of defense there, picking up a first down up to the 45-yard line.
Zion breaking some ankles there.
16-yard pickup on that play. Zion doing a good job. Zion last week, the offensive player of the game, with a wonderful performance last week. The Indians now with a new set of downs here. Salcedo, plenty of time. Rush finally comes in. Accurate pass to Saxon Langenberg, and he's one tough customer. He goes down across the 40. 17-yard pickup on the connection between Salcedo and Langenberg.
And whenever Langenberg catches a ball, I know confidently we're gonna get some good yaks, some good yards after the initial tackle. He's just breaking them left and right.
What a laser Salcedo did for Langenberg. Another pass to the left side. Those receivers blocking. Whoa, my, what a beast. Saxon Langenberg. Check that.
Pedro Valenzuela, I think, again.
Pedro Valenzuela got wrapped up, spun around, found a way to get into the end zone, and the Indians are instant offense, and they get into the end zone.
That's going to be Valenzuela's 3rd touchdown of the night.
Followed by that big Saxon Langenberg catch. It got them down to the 38-yard line, and then that 38-yard pass play to Palomino for the touchdown. The extra point was good. The Indians, we say this again, they score. They lead 49-27, now scoring on 7 out of their 8 possessions. You're watching high school football on RC Audio Sports, brought to you by Rufio.
Live from the Southside Magazine is a Latina-owned online and print publication that helps residents and visitors learn more about the South Side of San Antonio and all of Texas. Magazine features and columns support the local community by telling stories that promote people and businesses. Our goal is to expand community relationships and give Southside San Antonio residents an opportunity to express themselves. Learn more at southsidesanantonio.com.
Want to make a correction on that touchdown. I said Palomino. It was Pedro Valenzuela on the touchdown. That is his 3rd touchdown of the night. Someone, Mr. Valenzuela, wants to be considered for Offensive Player of the Game.
And he's doing a good job of it. I mean, had the first touchdown of the night, had the last one that we were just able to see. And again, Saucedo's just clicking with all of his wide receivers at this point.
Saxon has scored, right?
Saxon scored.
Valenzuela scored 3.
Joseph scored a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Zion has scored. And Jacob scored himself and ran it in.
Brack will pick it up from their 9-yard line. They'll take it across the 20, and they will get out of bounds past the 25. You know, this assignment sounds simple for the Indians. Watch Brandon Garcia at quarterback. but Brandon has been doing a great job. We talked about his big runs, all over 50 yards. If Brackenridge has an opportunity here to make more big plays through Brandon, because Brandon is fast. Out of the shotgun, Garcia with 2 receivers down. Garcia, he gets wrapped up in the backfield. The stop there made by Jay Cifuentes.
Wrapped him. Said, nope, not on this one.
Not on my watch. As Cifuentes was able to get in the backfield, held him up long enough to get some help. Trips to the right side, 1 receiver to our near side. Garcia, a little bit of movement, no flags, pass. One of the first times we've seen the Eagles go to the air. So very rare pass attempt. That was his 6th attempt. 1 completion on the night here for Brandon Garcia.
Just to give you guys a kind of a glimpse of how much Garcia has done tonight, he's only ran for 323 yards this entire season. He's ran for 233 just tonight.
Amazing performance, big plays by Garcia. His team trailing by 22. Garcia has no choice but to, well, pass the ball away. Boy, did he pay the price. Big hit by Jacob Fonseca. It looked like he was going to tuck and run. Garcia was, but at the very last moment, he found a receiver and connected, so a new set of downs.
13-yard catch there by number 29 for the Eagles, Aurelio Garcia. First down for the Eagles.
The clock is stopped. No, it's going at 6:15 here after the chains are set. Left side, running back for the Eagles. 5-yard pickup there for Julio Morin. Man in motion. Garcia will keep it himself, and he'll get right at the 50-yard line and be brought back at the 45, but they'll give him that forward progress.
I think we might have a... Oh, no.
We did for just a moment, but he popped right back up. The helmet came off. So no gain. Well, then, no, depending on where they spot the football here, because he had forward progress, the Indians did push him back, but it's very close to a first down. Make sure you're following us on our social medias, RC Audio Sports, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course here on YouTube. Tomorrow night, the broadcast crew will be over at Harlandale Memorial Stadium, where the McCullum Cowboys will take it on Lanier. We have a start time of pregame starting around 6:45. Looks like there's a penalty called against the Indians. It's a face mask. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty against the Indians. So the Brackenridge Eagles getting a good chunk of yards there deep in Harlandale territory. They will now have the football at the Indian 35. The clock set, 5:28 to go. Indians with a 22-point lead here. Garcia keeps it himself. Oh, he gets wrapped up.
Ooh.
He gets wrapped up and brought down.
Big wrap there by number 54, Julio Martinez for the Indians. And you can tell this Indians defense is starting to really zone in on Garcia.
Garcia's been the biggest threat for the Indians on the Brackenridge Eagles offense. Second down now, and 10 after the no gain. Garcia to Modin. Modin has a little bit of success along the middle. He gets up to the near 30-yard line. So here's a big third down now for the Eagles. Whistles will blow, and there's a whistle, which is a false start on the offense. So that's going to reset this, and it's up to the Indians here if they want to decline it, 4th and 5, or push them back, which will be 3rd and 10. I feel the wise choice is push them back 3rd and 10.
I would if it was me. So I think that's what they're going to do. The clock continues to run. Got just 4 minutes left here in the third.
Garcia with a 5 wide receiver set. Trips to the right side. He's going to keep it himself and do what he's done all night long, which is run right past the defense. When he calls his own number, he is hard to be stopped. But hold everything. Hold everything. There's flags on the play. So we'll see what that is, but it'll be a tough break for the Brack Eagles if that's going to come back. It was a fantastic run. The officials talking it over. He's looking for us to find out and tell us what the call is. Well, no one wants to tell us yet. There they go. Here we are. Oh, that's going to bring that one back. It was such a great run for the senior quarterback. I say running back, but Brandon Garcia, he could play that spot if he wanted to.
It's a tough break there for Brackenridge as they need to get points on the board quickly if they want to catch up.
Down 3 scores. Tomorrow night, again, reminder, we will be at Harlandale Memorial Stadium. McCullum will host the Lanier Vokes. So now it's going to be they have it on the scoreboard as 3rd and 3. I don't know if they've situated this yet. Because a holding call, and it's from the spot of the foul. It was a 3rd. So he must have gotten the first down, and then the holding must have occurred after the first down. Pushed them back. Now it's a first down. second down, or check that first down, and 10. Here's Morin across the 20. More time coming off the clock while they keep it on the ground. The clock does stop if he crosses the first down marker. But if you're Brack, you want to hurry this up.
Yeah, you gotta keep it moving.
Trips to the right side, 2 receivers left side, a 5 wide receiver set. Garcia will take it himself. There it is. Garcia found some space, gets into the end zone from 19 yards. So a few bumps in the road on that drive for the Eagles, but they've managed to get in to the end zone on a Brandon Garcia 19-yard run. Looks like we have an injury. We're going to take a quick timeout. You're watching RC Audio Sports high school football coverage, brought to you by Texas Revolution Youth Football and Cheer.
It started in 2019 with Texas Revolution Youth Football and Cheer. It was inspired by my sister, my late sister, Patricia Galaxy Mora. She had passed away. Before she had passed away, we had conversations about starting my own organization. Right now, our actual motivation is to get these kids to the next level as far as getting ready for middle school and high school football. Our plan for Texas Revolution is not only teaching them the fundamentals of football and cheer, but it's also teaching them how to be great young men and women, providing for the city south side and also raising them right. No pass, no play. Being here and being very respectful to their coaches, to their moms, their dads, their guardians. And that's what we strive for, is to raising the next generation of athletes, but also great men and women too as well. Look us up on Facebook too as well for any questions or any concerns that you may have as well.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go.
We welcome you back to action here as the Eagles got into the end zone on a 19-yard run by Brandon Garcia. Now the Eagles will try for 2. Garcia rolls right, finds a receiver cutting. There's some collision there, but no call.
There are flags on the field.
Oh, there is a call. Does that still work? The 10-yard, 5-yard rule in between? No more. So there was some contact there between so the 2-point conversion yet to be here. So the penalty is going to go against the Indians, and the Brackenridge Eagles have another chance to get this going. Here we go one more time. Garcia looking to finish off this 2-point conversion here. On the 5 wide receiver set, sends his man in motion. The man in motion went under center, got the snap, and up into the, no, he did not make it down to the 1-yard line, but guess what? Flags again. So the penalty was against the Eagles. 49-35 our score, 2:32 to go in the third quarter. You're watching RC Audio Sports on our YouTube channel.
Life has prepared me for this. The reason I'm a trial attorney is because I truly believe that's what I was meant to do. We do what we do because we've been given the God-given ability to do it. We're able, we have the ability to stand in front of a jury and help people out. I have my reasons, upbringing, things that have happened in life, things that have either turned you into a fighter or make you hate unjust causes. Those are the reasons that I am a trial attorney.
The perfect match. It's what so many of us are looking for.
Welcome back. And I said that the two-point conversion was no good, and it was good. 49-35, our score here with 2:32 to go in this third quarter. Kick deep. Fielded at the 15. Here comes Harlandale. Across the 40. Changing directions. Other sideline. He's going to be hard to catch. Jacob Fonseca. He's going to bring it back. Let's look. Check that. Saxon Langenberg. That's 84, not 24. Are there any flags?
No, there are no flags on that play.
85-yard touchdown for Saxon Langenberg on the kickoff return. Boy, oh boy, when you think you've seen it all from the Indians, they continue to impress us here tonight as they've put 55 points on the board with the extra point still pending here.
I'm live tweeting the game. I can't tweet fast enough to give you all the score updates.
Well, it's a very, very good ball game here for the Indians. Nico Rodriguez from the extra point. No good. Extra point, no good. 55-35, 20-point lead for the Indians here in the third quarter. Again, you're watching RC Audio Sports on our YouTube channel, brought to you by Martinez and Associates.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez and Associates today at 210-337-1111.
Live from the Southside Magazine is a Latina-owned online and print publication that helps residents and visitors learn more about the South Side of San Antonio.
And we welcome you back here to Alamo Stadium. What a night it's been for the Harlandale Indians. Saxon Langenberg on that 85-yard kickoff return into the end zone. Touchdown, the extra point, no good. But we talk about the night for the Indians. We talk about Zion Molina. We talk about Joseph Estrada, Pablo Valenzuela, Michael Palomino, all the offensive receiver, the wide receivers for the Indians, that offensive line. Just a great all-around football game for the Indians. Here come the Eagles. They'll take it back from their own 20, get across to the 25. Jalen Guerra, he's running all over the place, and he finally gets brought down by Saxon Langenberg. And we're going to take another break here. You're watching RC Audio Sports on YouTube. We'll be back in just a moment.
Live from the Southside Magazine is a Latina-owned online and print publication that helps residents and visitors learn more about the South Side of San Antonio and all of Texas. Magazine features and columns support the local community by telling stories that promote people and businesses. Our goal is to expand community relationships and give Southside San Antonio residents an opportunity to express themselves. Learn more at southsidesanantonio.com.
The On-Par Golf Academy at Mission Del Lago was designed and developed to offer not only the highest quality golf instruction in San Antonio, but so much more. With its experienced staff and its TrackMan indoor and outdoor training facility, On-Par Golf has the capability to meet all your golf improvement needs. From its junior golf programming to its entertainment and hosting services, OPG has got you covered. So if you're ready to take your golf...
Welcome me back to action here as Brackenridge has the football after that 85-yard touchdown run by Saxon Langenberg, and the Eagles keep it up the middle as the Eagles, a lot of success here on the ground, but another injury here. We're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching RC Audio Sports on our YouTube channel.
Doing hair is an art, and I take great pride in it. I love my job. I opened my original hair salon on this side of town 26 years ago, and I still have some of the same clients. My location at Brooks is a dream come true. This is the right time and the right place to start a business at Brooks. The South Side is growing so much.
What makes Brooks so attractive to business owners is the environment. Employees can live, work, learn, and play all in one area. The South San Antonio Chamber of Commerce is a cheerleader for businesses in and around Brooks, and we have a lot to be excited about. We're beginning to erase the economic gap between North and South San Antonio while still retaining our unique culture. Brooks is bringing economic prosperity to our side of town, and it's happening so quickly that the data is still catching up. Entrepreneurship is booming.
Plaguing both teams here as a couple of Indians getting off the field here. You can tell they were cramps. Nothing official, but they were getting stretched out while they were down on the side or down on the ground. So on a nice, cool night like this, it's important that they keep hydrated. Third and short now here for Brack.
Minute and around 20 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Ball spotted at the Eagles 29. Garcia, right side, picks up the first down. Nice fake on the handoff. And Garcia decides to keep it himself on the option play. Thank you for staying up late this evening, watching this game tonight. 5 wide receiver set here for Brandon Garcia. Band continues to play amazing music, and Garcia thought about passing, tucked it, ran it, still running, steps out of bounds.
He almost broke away for a 6th touchdown there. The members of the Indians defense, they didn't catch who happened to just snag his shoe, and we got a little more cramps going on over there on the sideline. Yeah, we're getting cramps.
Well, let's take a look here. We'll take a break. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to third quarter action. Under a minute to go. Another injury break, and more. Again, we're speculating here that it was cramps, and back to action. Garcia connects. Whoa! He just dropped the football. The pass was intended for Aurelio Garcia. Dropped the football. 55-35 our score here. Manuel Sanchez, the answer to your trivia question of highest scoring offense for the Indians, 58 is the answer, and that was in year 2012 against Lanier. I just want to make sure you guys know how lucky you are that we have Coach Robert Villafranca in the booth to answer those questions. Along the right side, the Eagles pick up about 6 yards there to the 35-yard line. And another cramp, we assume. Well, let's take another break. We'll be right back.
Life has prepared me for this. The reason I'm a trial attorney is because I truly believe that's what I was meant to do. We do what we do because we've been given the God-given ability to do it. We have the ability to stand in front of a jury and help people out. I have my reasons, upbringing, things that have happened in life, things that have either turned you into a fighter or make you hate unjust causes. Those are the reasons that I am a trial attorney.
The perfect match. It's what so many of us are looking for. When it comes to getting a mortgage, how can you find the one that's perfect for you? Start with your local independent mortgage broker. Because the only way to get a mortgage that's cheaper, faster, and easier is to talk to us first.
Welcome back as the Indians are on defense here and the Eagles looking to convert on this third down. Handoff, right side. Ball is handed to the running back who picks up a first down, but plagued by some injuries here. Again, we're not doctors up here in the booth, but lots of injuries. We assume that they are some cramps because we're seeing the player come off the field and jogging off, but a first down here.
We're seeing him stretch out a little bit and everything like that too.
So they don't appear. Oh yeah, they're stretching in between plays here because they've been out here for quite a long time. The kickoff was at 7:05. And here we are, we're approaching the fourth quarter, and let's keep it right here. And we're talking about all these cramps and all these things happening, but of course we mentioned this already. We're not doctors to diagnose anything from up here, but one person we do know, our good friend Ray Garza, his wife is a doctor, and he also owns Rockin' G Grill.
Wow.
Over at Mission del Lago on the golf course. You don't have to be playing on the golf course to go enjoy a burger, some wings, some cheese sticks, even some nachos now. So I've been able to go visit our good friend Ray Garza, class of 1998, at Rockin' G Grill. My recommendation, ask him to mix the lemon pepper with the hot sauce, the buffalo sauce. You got yourself some nice fire wings. Rockin' G Grill, proud supporter of Harlandale ISD sports. Yeah, and you will catch Dr. Erica Garza there from time to time, helping out Ray, taking orders, and maybe even giving you some medical advice. I don't know, maybe I probably can't even say that. She probably would get in trouble. Sorry, Erica. That was a joke. Anyway, we're back at action here to start the fourth quarter. 2 receiver splits to each side for Brandon Garcia. Out of the shotgun, handoff, nothing doing. Nice stop there by the Indians, Gavin DeLuna. So the clock will continue to run here.
Second down and 10 at the 31.
So clock will continue to take time off here. Garcia out of the shotgun. He's going to keep it. Goes nowhere.
Yeah, wrapped up by Aiden Sosa. Again, we've seen him a couple of times.
And Aiden Sosa has just been a tremendous asset here for the Harlandale Indians on defense. Trips to the left side, 2 receivers to the right side. Out of the shotgun. Oh, movement on the top there. There was some initial movement on the defense. Nico a little aggressive, but I don't know if it was enough to get the offensive receiver to jump.
I think he did, just judging off of the reaction of the player.
So the Eagles were lured off sides. Lots of points scored by the Indians. We already answered the, if you missed that, the answer for Manuel Sanchez's question was, what's Harlandale's all-time high score? That was in 2012. The Indians scored 58 points against Lanier. Garcia, he's scrambling, spinning, brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a sack.
Great sack there for number 30, Nico Rodriguez. It looked like Garcia was just about to get slippery out of there, but brought down pretty quickly by Nico.
4th down. Eagles have no choice but to go for it at this point. Brandon out of the shotgun. 9 seconds on the play clock. Two seconds. 1 second. Garcia firing down the middle. The pass is caught. Big catch there by the Brackenridge Eagles. For a 1st down, the Eagle offense stays on the field.
And that was by number 80, Caleb Contreras. For the Eagles, much needed 1st down here, and wouldn't be surprised to see Garcia just run it in like he has done all
you know,
game.
Garcia just needs a little bit of help. He got it there. And now, in scoring distance, striking distance, there's Garcia. Cannot connect with the man out of the backfield. He was looking for his receiver there, Jalen Guerra. But there's a flag on the play, so we'll see what that is here. Offsides on the defense. That's going to give Brack some extra time with the football here and give him some yards. .905 to go here in this ball game. Indians very fortunate to have such a big lead here because Brack has really kind of in this second half found some spots that they like on this Harlandale defense. Haley.
Yeah, and they, you know, their coach said, Coach Norman said they're gritty. This team doesn't give up, and I'm not surprised to see them still clawing away here. Last week they lost in overtime to Jefferson, but they fought again until the last very minute. They lost on kind of a last-second touchdown, but this team, to me, has not looked like they've rolling over at one time this entire game.
Not at all. They go up the middle and still fighting. Oh, what a scrum there.
Looked like a little rugby match down
That
there.
sure was.
go.
The Indianettes there still cheering on the Harlandale Indian defense, trying to get a stop here. Brandon Garcia has other plans. He wants to get into the end zone. Option. Brandon. Does he get in? No, he coughs up the football.
I do think it was recovered by Brack.
So they'll lose some yards on that play. Brandon does lose the football, and the Brackenridge Eagles fall right on top of it.
Yeah, good little heroic play there by number 9, Dominic Campos for the Eagles. They definitely cannot afford to lose control of the football in this possession. This is a must-score situation for the Eagles.
So this time the Eagles will come with 4 receivers to our near side. Fake pass, and Brandon Garcia gets into the end zone as he followed his offensive line right behind them. Kind of confused the Indians a tad bit by going on that 4 receiver set to the short side of the field. And as soon as he got the football, he knew he was going right into the end zone.
Absolutely, and I'm not sure if we've ever seen a game like this. Garcia has scored every single touchdown by himself. He scored 6 by himself. I mean, I don't,
Look, it's a 14-point ball game before this extra point here. So
I don't know who's going to win this game at this point, but what an effort from Garcia.
You talk about putting a team on your shoulders. This is the definition of that. And guess who's going to try that 2-point conversion?
They got it.
2-point conversion. When you talk about an athlete for one team trying to make everything happen, leave it all on the football field, that is what Brandon Garcia is doing for this Brackenridge Eagles. With 7:17 to go here in this fourth quarter, it's still anyone's ball game. There's plenty of time. It's only a 12-point ball game. Defense from Brack makes a stop and gets the ball back. And
it's anyone's game at that point.
This is very important right here for Harlandale not to think that they got this game in the bag, because this game is not over, even though we are at 10 o'clock, 10:02 at night here on this Thursday night. Wonderful night here from Alamo Stadium. We've seen a lot of offense. 98 points we've seen tonight.
And I have a sneaky suspicion that it's not done, that it's not over.
We're going to hit over 100 points combined tonight. So if Harlandale does score, that leads us right back to Manuel Sanchez's inquiry about the highest total points for the Indians. So we shall see. Brandon Garcia again, the quarterback for the Brackenridge Eagles. Over 200 yards rushing tonight.
And I think Brack might have this.
So it did not go 10 yards. So let's see what the officials will say. It has to go beyond 10 yards before the Brackenridge Eagles can get on top of it. So I think this will just get right back to the Indians. So the Indians will have the football at the 46-yard line. So they're in really good field position to start their drive. So here's the deal, Haley. You're up 12 points, 7 minutes, 17 seconds to go in this ball game. You score too fast.
Yeah, you got to pace yourself.
Yeah, but then you're up 3 scores. But I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things where if Harlandale can sustain a drive, take a couple minutes off, and then score, I feel you're right.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying that they're not going to run seven minutes off the clock or anything, but they've got to they've got to chew away at a couple as we see the handoff and stuffed up the middle.
There's still lots of fight in this Brackenridge Eagle defense. That's a loss of 3 yards on that carry there by Zion. And slow to get up is the big man for the Indians, but because of that, oh no, there was someone underneath him. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching RC Audio Sports on YouTube.
Live from the Southside Magazine is a Latina-owned online and print publication that helps residents and visitors learn more about the South Side of San Antonio and all of Texas. Magazine features and columns support the local community by telling stories that promote people and businesses. Our goal is to expand community relationships and give Southside San Antonio residents an opportunity to express themselves. Learn more at southsidesanantonio.com.
And we welcome you back. That was there was a defender underneath Menchaca there that we were not able to see, but he just needed a couple seconds to get his breath back so he can run off the field, so he looks like he's doing fine. Indians on a second down here, right at midfield. Fakes a handoff. Pass complete to the right side. Good run after the catch there, past the 40. I thought he was going to get down at the 40. I was going to call him down at the 40. But Saxon Langenberg able to pick up some yards after the catch. So, making it third and very short.
Yeah, I was going to say, so this is the third down, so the Indians have to convert here. Don't have to, but the Indians definitely want to convert here,
I
say. Yeah.
Trips to the left side. That's our near side. One receiver right. Jacob Salcedo. Seems like he hasn't been on the field for just a little while, because I believe the last transaction was an 85-yard Saxon Langenberg touchdown run, and then before that, I mean, you're talking over a whole quarter.
Yeah, so it's been a minute since he's been on the field, but the Indians, I believe, are gonna be the ones that take the timeout. We're gonna keep it right here. Got about 5 minutes, 53 seconds left here. I don't know if we can't see it yet, but we got the Indians crowd doing some like special light show over there. We got them waving their flashlights back and forth.
Yeah, they sure are.
I don't know if this is a new tradition. I haven't had the chance to see it.
Yeah, I think I've been seeing it.
Oh, wait a
lately.
minute, and they're doing it in the booth next to us, so there must be something going on. Yeah, Morse code, or they're doing flashes, or I don't know. But anyways, out the timeout. 5 minutes, 53 seconds left. 3rd and 2 for the Indians. Not a must convert, but a definitely want to convert.
Definitely should convert. Salcedo, pressure, gets rid of it. Esparza makes the catch. New set of downs for the Indians. And that gives a little bit more of a sigh of relief for the Indian fans here, as Joseph Esparza, he comes in clutch, a lot of times for Jacob Salcedo. Esparza's caught a couple of 2-point conversions, not only in this game, but throughout the season.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Salcedo drop back there. I maybe thought that the Indians were going to run, but nevertheless, we get the first down, or the Indians, get the first down anyways. And taking some time, eating away at the clock. Play clock down to 2, down to 1. Snapped just in time. Just kidding. We got a flag on the field. I don't know if they got off in time. Might be a delay of game here.
5:07 to go, as you guys can see in your right-hand corner there.
Yeah, so it's going to be a delay of game on the Indians. Going to bring them back 5, so we're going to be facing a 1st and 15, but at the same time, the Indians eat some time off of the clock.
2 timeouts remaining for the Eagles. No, check that, for the Indians. And Brack has all 3 timeouts left. Zion, Molina finds a gap across the 20 down and brought down at the 15-yard line.
Really good run there by Zion, a touchdown saving tackle there by Elias Gonzalez for the Eagles. But again, first down for Harlandale. Clock continues to run.
This drive started at the Indian 46, now in Eagle territory, inside the red zone on the Eagle 15-yard line. Trips to the right side, one receiver left side. Jacob Salcedo fakes a handoff. He's going to scramble, rolls to his left side, taking it himself, has to take the hit, and he'll get knocked down at the 5-yard line, not before picking up 5 yards on that carry.
I feel like this is a good use of clock management here by the Indians. They're making a lot of forward progress, but keeping the clock running, putting themselves still in a good position to score here, probably right around the 3-minute, 30-second mark, if you will, which puts this game pretty much away for Brackenridge.
Yeah, the Indians looking to put an end to this. Zion gets inside down to the 3-yard line. Lots of work done by the offense. Haley, lots of work that the Indians, they're going to need some time to to rest after this one. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching RC Audio Sports on our YouTube channel. It's brought to you by Martinez and Associates.
The perfect match. It's what so many of us are looking for. When it comes to getting a mortgage, how can you find the one that's perfect for you? Start with your local independent mortgage broker. Because the only way to get a mortgage that's cheaper, faster, and easier is to talk to us first. Find your perfect mortgage match. Call us today.
Looking to put this one away on Thursday night. Jacob Salcedo with trips to the right side. One receiver left side. Salcedo says, I'll take care of this myself. I'm going to roll to the right side, and he gets knocked out of bounds on the 2, but he's still got 2 more options or 2 more chances to get into the end zone. He picks up a good chunk on that one.
There was some flags on the field.
Of course there were.
So we'll see what the call is here.
He's coming, and I say he. The official is coming on over.
I'm seeing holding on offense.
Oh, boy, that's going to change up everything here for the Indians. It's going to push them back 10 yards. So where they would have had the ball on the 2-yard line, now it's going to go back to the 13-yard line. But they do have some 13-yard plays in their playbook. Most importantly, time has been coming off the clock here during this drive. Zion will get the call. He might get to the 10-yard line. Good defensive effort over by the left side of the defensive line there.
Yeah, I think another timeout for Brackenridge here.
So we'll keep it right here because within the next few minutes, we're going to have to make a big decision here. Of course, we have our offensive player of the game that is brought to you by Martinez and Associates. Then we have our defensive player of the game that's brought to you by Rufio. And then we have the play of the game, but that comes later after we rewatch this because I'm grateful for that because we are going to have to rewatch this because there's been so many great plays in this game. But the one thing we do guarantee you is that we will give you a player of the game for both offense and defense. And that's what we got to talk about, Haley. There's some new names in the mix, but the usual suspects are in the running as well for player of the game. Let's just talk offense right now. You know, we've got lots of touches from a lot of different players. in this ball game.
Yeah, and I mean, assuming Harlandale gets the win here, we have a good chunk of starters for the Indians to pick from. I mean, gosh, we have touchdowns from Saxon Langenberg. We have touchdowns from Joseph Esparza, 2-point conversion there. We have multiple touchdowns from Pedro Valenzuela, Zion Molina, Jacob Saucedo. So that's what we're working with there. But assuming that the Indians hold on to the lead here, that's who we'll be voting for.
Zion gets the carry, and he'll get hit inside the 10. And he goes out of bounds. I think that stops the clock, and it sure does. But yeah, as we're talking about, should the Indians win, we're talking about who would be the player of the game at that moment. Defensively, Aiden Sosa's name's been in the conversation anytime we've had a football game. Nico Rodriguez has had some really big hits and big stops. And also Castaneda made that big interception after the tip. So we'll continue to keep it right here, as Harlandale will call a timeout. But yeah, Haley, I mean, we talked offense, so we know those names and those options.
And I mean, on defense, I mean, we have a couple of them, right? We have Aiden Sosa, who was our player of the game last week, who, again, is just a menace for quarterbacks.
Sosa, I believe, was the week before.
The week before.
That last time you were here was him. Jackson was last week. You missed that one.
I know we've had, again, like you had mentioned, we had Jaden Castaneda, who had the tip that resulted in a fantastic little pick there for the Indians.
Yep. So those are the names. That's the kind of dilemma we have up here in the booth every week. So we appreciate your sympathy on that.
Tough life up here.
Indians on a 4th down here. They're lined up to let Nico try this this field goal. Ball spotted on the 9, so an 18-yard field goal attempt. The tee, 23 yards. 27 yards again. This time, Salcedo's going to have to do his magic on a bad snap. The pass is incomplete. They had to go for it. It was a bad snap, and it will be a turnover on downs. In Brackenridge, they've got 3 minutes to score 2 touchdowns. Is it possible? It sure is.
I think so. Yeah, you get a quick score here in a minute or so. Go for the onside kick, and then there you go. That sets you up to win it.
Certainly, the Eagles are hanging around. They are not ready to leave. They're not ready for this game to be over. They've hung in there long enough. They deserve a shot.
So the Eagles have 1 timeout. The Indians have 1 timeout. Both teams kind of in the same spot. Only got 1 as the Eagles are going to take over.
And it just takes one big Brandon Garcia play right here. I mean, that's what's dangerous.
And I was going to say, he could run for a touchdown right here on this first play, and no one would be surprised.
Already over 200 yards, 6 touchdowns. Rolling right. Little pass. Little lob over the defender. Pass is incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Morin. Been fortunate to cover a lot of football over the years, and to see 2 quarterbacks battle it out like this, it's pretty special, pretty amazing night for both quarterbacks to be involved within those touchdowns, right?
Yeah, and again, they've, Garcia has done it all on the ground. We've seen Saucedo do a lot of it in the air, but it's just been really fun to watch. It's electric, and there we go. We see Garcia go for the carry, but the Indians stuff it up the middle.
Yeah, in the middle is where he's been going quite a bit, and he's broken some from the middle, but this time he did not get anything going there. The Indians make a big stop here. Talking about these kinds of quarterbacks and the kind of numbers that they've put up tonight, I've had the privilege to cover a Heisman Trophy winner, Johnny Manziel, in his junior year, and that is what brings to mind when I see what these two quarterbacks have done. Brandon Garcia, 5 wide receiver set. Big third down for him. Heaves it. Across the middle.
Picked off.
Intercepted by Isaiah Galindo. Defense comes back again. Delivers a turnover, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see. I mean, it came after the interception. So we'll see what the call is going to be. It was a third down situation. What's the call? .155 to go here. Here's the call. Sideline interference, is that what I heard? Sideline interference, but Harlandale does get the football.
First and 10, Harlandale at the Brackenridge 22.
So too much excitement on the sideline for the Indians, but this is all for the Indians here to wrap this up. Believe Eagles do have one timeout left. They might take it. Indians up the middle. Molina gets down inside the 15-yard line. And you can tell the crowd here at Alamo Stadium quiets down just a little bit as the wind comes away here.
Please do not go on or across the field.
So now it's becoming safe to say that the Indians defense once again comes up big in back-to-back games when, they were still up by a few points, not that, but still, they just took the life out of the Eagles there on that last defensive play as the ball goes up the middle.
Well, and again, we saw, Garcia had massive runs through the game. So it just takes, although there wasn't much time left, it just takes one of those to make this a very different game. We've seen Brackenridge try to onside kick multiple times this game, so we know it's something they're comfortable with doing. And that interception there by number 10, Isaiah Galindo, again, just kind of really sealed the deal here for the Indians. And it's something we've seen happen, I feel like, almost every Harlandale game we've covered so far.
Defense seems to garner the attention that they deserve, but it was the Harlandale Indians needing to score 55 points. And there's a rollout for Salcedo, and he comes down. So that's 10 seconds, so that should do it here. There's the clock as it winds down. The Indians will be undefeated in district and undefeated so far. Indians will be undefeated in district play as they continue to roll on and will be 4-0. In district after they beat the Brackenridge Eagles. Brackenridge Eagles will go to 0-4 on this. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll pick our players of the games, and then we'll give you the rest of our broadcast schedule for tomorrow. But keep it right here. We'll be right back in just a moment.
When you belong to a place as much as it belongs to you, you call it home. A place to gather, entertain, and make memories near shops, restaurants, and green spaces. A place to raise a family and grow. Life is good here and getting better. And at Brooks, we are just getting started. Live Brooks.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic. just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the billion-dollar auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez and Associates today at 210-337-11.
Live from the Southside Magazine is a Latina-owned online and print publication that helps residents and visitors learn more about the South Side of San Antonio and all of Texas. Magazine features and columns support the local community by telling stories that promote people and businesses. Our goal is to expand community relationships and give Southside San Antonio residents an opportunity to express themselves. Learn more at southsidesanantonio.com.
And welcome you back to our post-game show. Haley Wilson, I'm Bobby Mendez. We thank you for joining us. 55-43, the final score. The Harlandale Indians hang on to win. And, of course, it was the defense at the end that kind of helped the Indians secure this victory. But what a great game played by the Indians. They got off to a really good start, and that really helped them in this game when Brack really started to get things going. We still got to mention that performance by Brackenridge's quarterback, Brandon Garcia. What a tremendous effort. If you've ever seen one individual put on a performance with 6 touchdowns, over 200 yards, put his team on his back, it was this one tonight. So Brackenridge Eagles fought really hard on this game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, the thing that I mentioned about Brack is that they didn't start off great, but they surged here in that second half and kind of made things a little bit dicey, especially here in the fourth quarter. Harlandale, not up by 2 full scores. So great defense again by the Indians to put this one away. And of course, we know why you guys are tuned in to see who our players of the game are. For the offense, it's tough. I mean, multiple touchdowns by Langenberg, Joseph Esparza, Pedro Valenzuela, Zion Molina, Jacob Saucedo. So a very balanced scoring effort across
balanced.
the board.
And, the common denominator in all those is Jacob Saucedo. He's done a great job. He was our player of the game not too long ago. But definitely, it was a couple weeks ago when we did the game. But Haley, someone who just really stood out and got a lot more touches tonight.
Yeah, I think we decided a consensus. Our Martinez and Associates offensive player of the game, Pedro Valenzuela. He had 3 touchdowns, 1 for 22, 1 for 18. I didn't quite catch the yardage on the last one, but just an amazing effort by Valenzuela. Again, those connects coming from Saucedo, but got to give Pedro his props and the Martinez and Associates offensive player of the game.
Yeah, I think he had the very first touchdown. He really kind of set the tone for the Indians offensively.
Yep.
Just did a fantastic job. So congratulations to Pedro Valenzuela, the Martinez and Associates offensive player of the game. Haley, tell us who the defensive player of the game is, and that's brought to you by Rufio.
Yeah, our Rufio defensive player of the game is going to be number 66, Jaden Castaneda, who had an amazing tip that ended up turning into a turnover. The Indians ran it back almost for a touchdown. I believe it was Justin Menchacha who ran it down.
No. So we had it was.
Castaneda tipped it.
No, tapping it was Sosa.
Sosa was tapping it. Castaneda caught it.
And
That's
he ran it all the way down inside the 5.
Yeah.
So put the Indians really in another really good position to get another score on the board, and it was those scores that they needed to keep this lead that they had in order to withstand this little Eagle soar that they had late in the 4th.
Absolutely. So big congratulations to Jaden Castaneda for being named our Rufio defensive player of the game.
And we'll be back on the air tomorrow night. We'll be at Harlandale Memorial Stadium where the McCullum Cowboys will host the Lanier Vokes. So you've been watching RC Audio Sports, and a big thank you to the entire crew for tonight. Isaiah Castro, Cesar Mendez, Coach Robert Villafranca, Isabella Tellez, Joey Mejia, Haley Wilson. I'm Bobby Mendez. Good night. We'll see